Spire. Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to the show today. It's September the 29th. It's Wednesday. Your Uncle Bruce survived his, he got a root canal yesterday. I don't know if he survived it, but he's had his root canal second in 2 weeks. What can I say? Trying to survive it, trying to get through it. Got to go in for cleaning today. And the guy who's going to do the cleaning already warned me it's going to be hell. And then tomorrow I have an extraction of an old wisdom tooth. There's little bits and pieces left, and we're cleaning the old man up. We're doing the best we can for this guy. It's ugly. It's sad and depressing. What are you going to do? Welcome one, welcome all to my channel, Stock Markets with Bruce, where we try to explain what's going on in the stock markets in plain English. Easier said than done sometimes, but generally speaking, I think we hit the mark. I think unbelievable. There we go. We're back. We're back. Once in a while, the hotel internet reloads. Kind of weird. We're back. Anyway, we're trying to stay on top of the markets, and we're trying to keep each other posted on what's going on. The news at the moment, something just broke here in the last 20 minutes. It looks like SOFI has made a press release, and they have done a filing with the SEC. They have filed to issue some debt. They want to raise $750 million in cash. They have not released the details of the transaction, other to say that they're going to issue bonds for 5 years. That much we know. We don't know the interest rate. We don't know other details, like, for example, these are possibly convertible debts. This is a debt that can be repaid by the company at its option. And this is the important thing to understand, and this is what I like about this deal. SOFI has the option, if they wish, to pay back the debt either in cash, stock, or a combination thereof. So they can make it work any way they want. Now, the minimum detail I've been able to get is that the conversion rate for the debt into stock is at a 130% premium to the price of the shares. Now, I don't know what price we're talking about. I don't know if there's a set dollar figure that's going to be announced, or whether there's going to be a 130% premium to, say, a certain time frame when the shares trade at a certain price at a certain time frame. It's not unusual for maybe a company to say, we're going to issue stock for our debt in, say, 5 years. That'll be September, October 2026, and we'll take the 30-day, the last month's average price per share for 30 days, right up to the end of the debt's existence, and we'll figure out what that number is, and then we'll add 30% to that, and give the we'll pay off the debt that way. I'm kind of wondering, well, is that, if you're a buyer of that debt, would you take that deal? Is this an annual thing? Like, will it be done on an annual basis? Like, once a year, the company will come offer to buy up 20% every 5 years. We'll take 1/5 of the debt every year. We'll take 1/5. We're going to offer stock in lieu of the money that you gave us. We'll make it a 30% premium to the last 60 days trading, or 30 days trading, or whatever the hell it is, at that time. And the debt holders, I'm not sure if they're actually being offered that deal, or they have to take it. Like, I don't know. So I can see if the stock went to $40 a share, and the company could shove the stock down their throats at 52, 30% more, that'd be $52 a share for debt that they took on here when the stock was $16.39 a share. That's a great move. I like, for the company, it's awesome. For the bank, huge. For the investors, not so much. So I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't know if this is a where the company can offer a deal. Let's say they'll say we're prepared to buy up so many hundreds of millions of the 750 million, but we'll give you this. We'll give you $25 in stock for it if you wish to take that deal, and we'll take up to 20% of the debt. No takers? Okay, we'll just keep paying interest on the amount. Now, it could be that the company could pay interest in the form of stock, based again on the interest rate set when the deal closes. Now, if they close a deal at 3% or 2% or 4% or whatever the heck the percent is, if they offer if everyone is happy throwing 750 million at SoFi, which I think will be a bought deal, it'll be instantly taken up. And it's say 3%, just to pick a number, it's 3% interest. They got to come up with $22 million a year, 22.5 million a year in interest. Well, at the end of the year, they do the 30-day average anniversary of debt interest due, and let's say it's $25 a share. No, 22.50. Make it easy for me. Easy math. No, that won't work. Make it 25 a share. It's 25 a share. They add 30% to that, make it 32.50. They hand out 32.50 stock to pay off a 3% interest charge. That's a good deal for shareholders. That's a sweet deal. Even if the stock comes out at $20, trading at 20 a year from now, it's trading at $20. They still can issue stock at 26 at their leisure, or they can just pay the interest in cash. I mean, it's a sweet deal for the borrower. I'm actually surprised at how little they're taking, how tiny the amount is. 750 million. This is a nothing burger. This is a million. But I'm thinking, hey, if you can borrow money, and let's say they could borrow money at 2% interest, just use that number. Let's say they could get 2%. I'd say borrow 5 billion. just borrow as much as they want to lend you, because these guys are going to turn around and re-lend that money out to their existing clients, which is a growing base of people, a dramatic. Why would SoFi be raising money right now to expand like this? Perhaps to offer options trading on their platform, to handle more margin account activity on their platform because it's growing so quickly. They have a demand for personal loans. They have demand for car loans. They have a huge demand for housing deals, and they just need more capital to grow the company. Or let's move on to the next elephant in the room. They know they're about to get the bank charter. They're just about to nail that. That could come out today, tomorrow, next week. Let's say it's imminent. They cut this $750 million deal tomorrow. Imminent. They come up with a bank charter announcement, 750 million additional cash, the ability to take investors' deposits online, and on and on. I mean, this is an explosion of business for this company, an explosion of business. There will be write-ups all over the place by analysts who will come out and say SoFi just went up another notch on the credibility scale, on the growth scale, the upside scale. The 750 is not a bad thing. This is not a company in trouble that needs money desperately. It's not a company trying to survive. No. This is to fund growth. They're just getting bigger and bigger and big quickly, and they're growing out their divisions. So they're just stuffing their balance sheet with additional cash. Remember, they went public 3 months ago with 2 point something billion on the underwriting. Between pipe financing and the SPAC, they got 2.4 billion in cash. Now they're raising a quick 750, and I'm going to say 70% certain that this is the tip of the iceberg. I think they have I hope we're back. Sorry about that, guys. We're getting these glitches in our system. I think here at the hotel, it's just short of 7 o'clock in the morning, and a lot of people are getting up, checking out their emails and stuff, and so the internet is getting a bit of pressure. But as the morning rolls on, people check out, and Jen and I are the only ones here. Top secret location, though. Anyway, I'm convinced, pretty sure that these guys could raise 1.5 billion, 2.25 billion. They could triple this thing, quadruple this thing if they wanted to. We'll watch and see what happens. We'll see what's going on. So there it is. What can I say? Yes, Joe, I've got solutions coming together here for that exact problem. Better accommodations with respect to the internet and other things. I'm working on that. I'm leaving the country to do it, but I'm working on it. Don't worry about that. Anyway, there we have it. So we'll see what's going on. This could be a most interesting development. Now the stock, like I say, the stock right now is down 1640 because the initial reaction is, oh, they're raising money. They need to raise cash. No, they don't need to raise cash. They just choose to raise cash. It's probably being offered to them by investment bankers at such a low price. They can't. They won't. They're not going to pass it up. They're gonna take the deal and say, sure, yeah, we'll take 750 million for virtually nothing. What if it's 1% interest? And or stock to pay back, and it's a 30% premium, and the minimum price is $25 plus 30%, which is $32.50. I like the deal. I would love to see them come out and say, yeah, we just raised $750 million where we can pay it back at $32.50 a share. Oh, by the way, our stock's at $16.40. We're going to issue stock from our treasury at double the current price to pay off $750 million in debt. That's how much money is available to us anytime we want it under these terms and conditions. I mean, geez. That's when I tell them, hey, go and raise 10 times that much money. Go raise $7.5 billion. Don't raise 750 million chump change. Go after $7.5 billion under this deal, because that'll put the stock at 30, 35, just like that. That would be fine. We'll see. The pre-market volume is 1.4 million shares. We'll have to see how the street reacts to it in the first 15, 20 minutes once we start trading. But I think that this is a fine deal. And I don't think this is a borrower that needs to desperately borrow this money. Matterport is up 55 cents in the pre-market to 2025, kids. I'm happy to report that to you. It's nice to see a nice little pop there. Rocket Lab this morning was up most of the morning. It's still up 25 cents to 1581. There was an article I read this morning, very positive on Rocket Lab, really positive. The company, the takeaway from the article that I got was that Rocket Lab is building their backlog order book, and it used to be about 150 million in back orders for satellite launches. I think they're over 200 million now, and it's going to keep climbing. They are launching satellites. They put 105 in orbit already this year. They're busy, but they're not run by a celebrity. That was the interesting thing about this article I also read, was that this company is not run by Mr. Bezos. It's not run by our friend from the UK, Mr. Branson. This is run by anonymous people who just are hardworking and building a rocket launching systems, very reliable with lots of business, and they're signing up NASA. They're signing up governments. They're signing up corporations. They have no problem getting business from anywhere, and they've got a backlog of internet, a backlog of satellite launch orders. Very good stuff. So yeah, Rocket Lab just getting more successful and positive press. And yesterday it had an up day when the market had a down day. Today, the market is showing a little bit of a gain, and this one is running up again, or let's say it's inching up again. We're at 1581. The Dow right now is up 63 points on pre-market with about 45 minutes to go. We were up over 200 about an hour and a half ago. The S&P is up 16. NASDAQ is up 86 points. It was over a 200-point gain as well. But the pattern has been the same in that the Dow is showing a gain, but the NASDAQ is showing the biggest gain, because it is showing the highest percentage gain in the pre-market, showing about 0.56% higher. it was showing over 1% higher earlier this morning. The Dow was showing closer to about a 0.5% higher. It's now 0.17%. We'll see how this all works out as we get closer to the opening here. Dow up 59, so it's slumped in the last half an hour to come down to this level. S&P 16 and NASDAQ 84. Oil down 39 cents. Oil down 39 cents to 74.90 West Texas. That's where we are there. Not taking off to the stratosphere. No panic on oil whatsoever. Plenty available. We'll see what's going on there. There's still a lot of talk about China and everything else. The latest word out of that's having a problem. Just read a few hours ago that they apparently are selling off a $1.5 billion investment in a bank that they have. They own a lot of different properties. They're not just a property developer. They own a soccer club. They own many other businesses. But apparently, they're going to sell off a $1.5 billion investment they've made in a bank. Now, I don't remember if it was a Chinese-based bank. It was a mainland based bank. It was Hong Kong. I don't know. But what I read into it was, well, yeah, they're selling off assets now because they can't sell their real estate fast enough. They're dying. They're just sitting on a zillion condos and towers that they can't move. So they're moving assets that are liquid, and they're trying to reduce their debt loads. Now, the thing is, what we don't know for sure is of the $1.5 billion that they might get for this investment, if that's what it is, what did they pay for it? What do they owe against it? Do they have a line of credit outstanding with outside bondholders that lent them money to buy this interest in the bank? And if that was done at $1.2 billion, are they current on the interest rates? If they did get 1.5 and they owe 1.2 against it, they've got 300 million fresh capital, additional capital, which they could theoretically use to shore up their books. And will that 300 million go towards interest payments? Because they technically defaulted on their bond last Thursday, but the story goes that they have 30 days to make up the money. If they make up the payment in the next 3 weeks, they are not in default. But then, of course, another payment is coming not too long down the road. So this 300 million, if they close this deal quickly, $1.5 net billion in their hand because they own all of it. I don't know. We'll find out. But if they do owe foreigners $1 billion against that investment, they now don't have to pay those foreigners off anymore. They're paid out. That's another billion off the books from IOUs to foreigners. And there's a $500 million left over to take care of other foreign debt. That's probably what the Chinese government is telling these guys, or helping these guys pull off, to unload foreign exposure and only have domestic Chinese exposure, which the government will help them cover through all kinds of loan guarantees and arrangements. But they don't want to do this in the open world bond market. So start selling off assets that can bring you outside currency. So you can sell this bank interest for cash, US cash, good thing. Raise US cash or British pounds, sterling, euros, but don't sell Chinese assets for one, because you're going to get a terrible haircut if you do. So I don't know how many billions these guys are going to have to offload to get anywhere with regards to really bringing in hard cash to take care of needs. Something tells me that, if they're 20 billion in the hole, maybe they can bring in 5 billion from the outside, and they're still exposed to 15 more. I don't know. We'll see. The China problems just keep mounting, one after the other, after the other, after the other. Energy problems over there, trade issues, supply chains. Heard this morning also that Vietnam is now in trouble. Well, not in trouble. The supply chain out of Vietnam is a problem. Nike has already admitted to the street a week or two ago, we're not going to make our numbers for the fourth quarter. We're not going to make our numbers. We cannot get enough footwear, manufactured footwear. One, we can't get it manufactured fast enough to meet our requirements. What has been manufactured, we can't get to the port quick enough. and we can't get it from the port to domestic ports, and we can't get it off the ships at domestic ports to distribute in the USA. We have supply problems all down the line. And one of the problems they're having in Vietnam is that there are breakouts of the virus showing up everywhere, just all over the place. And officials are scrambling to contain it. And they are doing literally full town, full city shutdowns, including all factories, all businesses. Everyone stay home, don't move for 2 weeks. So there's all kinds of problems in Vietnam about the COVID Delta variant virus. And it's affecting not just Nike, but dozens of other corporate entities around the world, many of which are US, but also European. I can imagine that Nike's European sales are a disaster. Their sales to Australia, disaster. It just goes on and on and on. It's a worldwide company with worldwide distribution problems, and it's emanating from Vietnam, where you and I are talking about China all the time. We're talking China, China, China. Taiwan is having issues. Indonesia is having issues. India is having issues. This is not one country issue only. And numbers are not going to be met by certain companies and certain businesses because of these supply chain issues. Car industry, nightmare. The latest report was 6 to 7 million vehicles will not be manufactured this calendar year that are on order or that are needed. That's how many vehicles North America lack of production. We've been talking here about the idea of computer chip shortage problems. This is no longer just computer chip shortage problems for the automakers. Automakers from all the brands that are based in the US or foreign automakers that have plants in the United States, like Honda and like Toyota and others who make vehicles in the USA or assemble them in the USA, they are having supply chain problems from soup to nuts. Every component, all kinds of problems everywhere. And now the problem is so severe that in some cases a car has 10,000 parts. There are 3,000 parts or 150 parts not coming in. You can't begin to build the car. Forget about let's build 80% of it and then we'll finish the other 20% later. No, there are certain parts of the cars now that are not coming in, which means you can't finish the chassis. You can't put the body on top of the car unless you finish the chassis. You gotta have the drivetrain intact before you put the upholstery in. You can't put the dashboard in until you get all the other. So it's this what order and sequence we build them out at. And now they're realizing, and again, this is nothing new to the car people. They've known this for months. It's just the outside world is figuring it out, that the assembly of the car way back at the beginning is are having problems. Not the last few things they're adding to the car. It's right at the beginning and the middle, and it's everywhere. It's just it's like measles. They're just everywhere. And car makers globally are absolutely scrambling all over the place to try to get these logistics figured out. And they're talking about, the experts are saying, this is going to last another year and a half. This is not a 2-month problem, a 1-month problem, a 1-quarter problem. This is a year and a half longer. Why? Not everybody is getting vaccinated, and the virus continues its spread and continues its carnage. And if you get problems in Vietnam and in Mexico and in the United States and in Canada and in Britain and in Germany, you have supply chain delivery problems, you have manufacturing problems. For just one part or 2 parts or 10 parts, you cause a chain reaction of crap all over the place. And this is what's going on. The markets are not really reflecting this. The stock markets are hoodwinking you by holding up pretty nicely. They're doing rather well on the big picture, because the reality is that the stock market consists of all businesses of all stripes. And sure, the auto stocks are under pressure. Not like Tesla shares are under pressure, by the way. They're doing just fine, but there are issues. There are suppliers to some of the major auto firms that are going to have problems with their numbers big time. They're going to have all kinds of problems. And This will eventually feed into the automotive sector because it's only a matter of time before GM and Ford and others start to report lower than expected sales figures and lower than expected net profits because they just aren't bringing in the gross dollars because they can't get the parts in to get the product out. This is now going to be shared by others in the manufacturing business, and we may have issues like Costco, maybe Home Depot, Lowe's, Target, Walmart. They might show off distressed numbers, and it could go to Amazon because Amazon, of course, distributes thousands, hundreds of thousands of products globally. And they are definitely having supply chain problems. And I have a feeling that there could be some issues and some disappointments there, which will affect not only the Amazon shares directly, but it'll affect all the many public companies that rely on Amazon for business. Now, that might be UPS, that might be FedEx, that might be box manufacturers like cardboard makers, might be trucking companies. There might be just a chain reaction of a slowdown of business all over the place. And this is not good. Now, the stocks that I like to follow with you here on the show, as I said yesterday, and I'll say it today, these guys are pretty well all immune from this kind of stuff. Rocket Lab is a satellite launcher. No problem in getting product up in the sky, and no problem getting business. SOFI, electronic banking, no problem with SOFI. The street just has to get over the fact that they're raising $750 million, and it's not a bad thing. At the moment, the speculators are worried that it is a bad thing, and the stock's at $16.30, but I think this is a bargain. GameStop, sure, they can't get their PlayStations, but is this news to you? Nothing new to us. We've known this for over a year. Every game system that comes into GameStop is sold instantly. So actually, they're not sitting on merchandise they can't sell. They're just not able to sell as much as they'd like to, but the pent-up demand is there. So actually, GameStop is doing okay, I guess. As okay as one can expect. Matterport, 3D imaging in real estate, that has nothing to do with supply chain issues. That will continue beautifully. 23andMe, human genome data and sharing and drug making. Hey, have you noticed this morning another takeover in the drug pharmaceutical business? I think AstraZeneca is buying somebody again. There's always seems to be a takeover of another drug company going on, one after the other after the other. You got to wonder, when is the street going to figure out that 23andMe, with the endless data that they're sitting on from all of their genetic testing kits, and all the millions that they're doing every year. I mean, they're just they're adding to the library of knowledge. When will the street figure out that this thing is a $50 stock just on what they're sitting on, let alone what to do with it? And also, I wonder, could a Pfizer or Moderna or AstraZeneca or any of the larger pharmaceuticals, would they just take a run at these guys and one day just buy them? The stock, the company is $3.4 billion market cap right now. I mean, this is a nothing burger. I mean, ME is not worth a lot of money when you multiply its shares by how many are outstanding. It's a $3.5 billion company. So at $17 a share, it's a $7 billion company. This is a nothing takeover for any of these, $100+ billion market cap entities. But when will the point come with ME that it will be snapped up and all that data will now be hoarded by the company that gets it and then redistributed at 10 times the price to the outside world globally? I really wonder about it. I am surprised that ME is as cheap as it is, even as long as it's been. And it hasn't been a long time that they've been public, but even now that they are public, and they're sitting on $700 million cash, and I'm thinking that's like $4 a share or something like that. They got a lot of money in cash, percentage of their business. This stock is really cheap, but anyway, that's just me. Now, Spirit or Smart Rent, going into Smart Rent technology to run real estate. No supply chain issues really to worry about there. Spire, managing satellites once launched, no supply issues there. ATIP, they don't have a lack of customers. They had a lack of therapists to handle the customers. But something tells me, a little birdie is telling me that there are a ton a huge ton of nurses, therapists who are exhausted from the COVID ordeal. And they've been run into the ground at their hospitals and their clinics. And I think a whole bunch of them are looking for a change to kind of get their lives back. And here's ATIP offering a sort of a 9 in the morning to 9 at night clinic scenario by appointment only for people who need physical therapy. This has got to be so much more stress-free than working for a company that, like a hospital, that's dealing with nothing but COVID cases day in and day out. You got to think that a lot of people are really eager to work with ATIP rather than working at their local hospital, considering what's going on over there. Just my guess. Anyway, thoughts. They're not inside hospitals, of course. They're freestanding clinics. So, you go to a clinic, an ATIP clinic, and they verify that you've been vaccinated before you're let in the door. Everyone in that unit, in that facility, is vaccinated. They're going to have their enhanced cleaning protocols going on. They're going to have spacing and distancing between people. They can treat folks with chronic physical conditions, which we all have as we get older. I can relate to this. So I see ATIP being a sanctuary for certain health workers as opposed to a pain. Interesting. No supply issues there. Sextera, managing server farms. Oh man, when you have supply chain problems, you need data to figure out how to solve it. You got to have server farms to handle the data. Sextera runs server farms. This is not a supply chain problem either. It's possible that maybe some of their server farms are in need of a lot of parts for servers, right? So I can understand where you have a server farm with 5,000 servers in there, and 30 of them need certain kinds of data boards or whatever you need, power boards and memory boards. Sure, there's some glitches here and there, but the demand is insatiable by the customer. 2,300 customers for Sextera. They're not going away. They're probably adding clients as we speak, and they've probably got clients begging them to help them out because they're having trouble keeping up with the needs that they're up against, and they're going to Sextera to help solve a problem, because Sextera is a problem solver for a lot of companies. Well, we'll see how all this comes out. So those stocks that we follow a lot are all not going to be affected by the fourth wave of the virus. As a matter of fact, probably many of them are going to be benefiting from the fourth wave of the virus. I mean, they're just going to get busier, able to add more clients to their list and do more business for their clients, which just brings them more money. And in some cases, these companies might be takeover targets, or the kind of company that company A would like to make a deal with on some sort of a partnership arrangement, or they would create a third company together. I mean, who knows? There could be all kinds of deals in the works here for some of these guys. All of our SPACs, our former SPACs, are funded with money. They're all sitting on cash, mountains of it, and they all have money available. As I have said again and again and again, whether Matterport wants to buy somebody, SOFI wants to buy somebody, Rocket Lab wants to take somebody over, Spire just took over a Canadian company. Private or public, you need money, you're a phone call away. Guess what SOFI did last night or last week or whenever they did it? They made a phone call to Wall Street, and Wall Street said, how much you want? And SOFI said, well, we'll try to raise $750 million. And SOFI went, okay, let's do the filing. And the filing is in. The notification to the SEC has been made. SOFI is going to raise $750 million. Now, why would they want this money? Maybe SOFI is buying somebody. Have you thought of that? Has that occurred to you, that maybe SOFI might be a buyer of somebody else? What if SOFI is going to buy another publicly traded company worth $5 billion, and they're going to come up with $2 billion cash, which they would now have easily between this money and that, and then they do stock for the rest? Maybe they're buying a private company that is in the fintech world to add to their existing fintech portfolio. They might be beefing up one of their own divisions, or they're creating another one. Maybe this 750 million is the tip of the iceberg to a $5 billion financing that they're actually going to put together to acquire a $10 billion company or a $3 billion company or whatever they have in mind. Maybe that's what's going on with SoFi. Something really much larger than just raising 750 million to fund their operations. Hey, let's see what's going on. Yeah, here we go. You know what? If successfully granted the national bank charter by the OCC and Federal Reserve pursuant to its change of control application, SoFi plans to contribute 750 million in capital. There you go. There's that too. I mean, hey, folks, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot happening behind the scenes here, and we're gonna have to see what's going on. This is going to be a most interesting. Couple of days and weeks for SoFi. We might be a week from now at 25 a share, having looked at it and gone, oh shoot, 1630. I should have jumped on that thing. I don't know. I don't think the moves they're making are going to make the stock go down. I think the moves they're making is going to make the stock go up. That's my thinking. Anyway, we're opening up in 25 minutes. That's right. We're opening up in 25 minutes. And I'm hoping that we make some money today. We're now on the Dow up 83, a little recovery. We're up 16 on S&P, and we're up 72 on NASDAQ. Oil's still down 52 cents a barrel. There we are. That is the latest and the greatest news from where I'm sitting at the moment. Always something going on, never a dull moment out there. Again, all of you out there who are following this channel, I love you. We're so glad you're here. Those of you who have become members of this channel, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And Jennifer, please consider becoming a member if you're not one already. We'd love to have you become a member of this channel. You're able to make comments during market hours, ask me questions about what's going on in the markets, and then we'll try our best to address those for you. And like I say, we'll stay on top of these stories as best we can. Keep you all posted what's happening. If you're not a member, please consider being a subscriber. If you're just following us, sure hope you can be a subscriber to this channel. And you'll still get alerts and updates. If you hit the bell notification icon, you will definitely get alerts and updates anytime there's new news. But if you're a member of this channel, you will occasionally receive private updates, private breaking news announcements, being a member for members only. And from time to time, I will add a new stock to the to my list of stock favorites, and as a member, you'll get the heads up before anyone else does. So that can always help out. Hey, thank you for the 162 thumbs up so far, everybody. I really appreciate that. Yeah, keep those thumbs ups coming in. Helps the channel get exposed on YouTube to other YouTubers who might not know we are here. That would be terrific. If you're a fan of SoFi and Rocket Lab and Matterport and all these other stocks, you're fans of these stocks, you want more people watching this show, because the more people that watch this show, they will hear info on these stocks they may not hear anywhere else. And that might cause them to want to buy more shares of your favorites, which helps your cause. So really, giving Uncle Bruce a thumbs up could make you richer. It's kind of funny how that works, but it's true. You could get richer by actually giving thumbs ups to my show. Wow, what a concept. Thank you, everybody. SoFi 1630 down 74 cents on 1.7 million volumes so far. That's what we have. We are now 21 minutes away from the opening of the day. I got Matterport at 2020 up 50 cents right now. I've got GameStop showing 180.34 up $1.74. I've got, let's see here. We're going to go through that, and we're going to go over here to, there's the Rocket Lab right now, 1581 up 25 cents. And then let's move forward through all these quotes and see what else we got going on here. ATIP, I don't have any pre-market trading yet, I don't think. Waiting for that to come through. Smart Rent, 1283, no changes. Sextera, I think it's 912, 905, 912, something like that. Only 600 volumes, so it's hard to read into that small number of shares trading. Spire looks like it's higher today. 1460 a share, up 34 cents on 1,400. Not a lot of volume, but it is up 34 cents. It's been up consistently all morning. I think Spire even touched $15 this morning already in the pre-market. Don't think I have any news on it. I haven't seen anything specific about it. Nope, nothing. Nothing on a press release. So Spire 1460 up 34 cents. Well, we're happy about that. So Rocket Lab, Spire, Matterport, they're all higher. Even GameStop higher. So thank you. Don't stop now. Take us to the moon. That would be terrific. There you go. Don't ask a lot. I just ask everything. There you go. Okay. Let's see what's going. Let's see what happens. Wow. Wahoo. And let's go. Please leave your vaccine comments to yourselves. We're trying to talk the market here. I don't want to get into political conversations about whether it's a good idea to be vaxxed or not or whatever. Just keep your opinions to yourselves. I'd appreciate it. I thank you. Let's talk about what's really happening out here in the markets, because the markets are what makes us money. 97-point gain on the Dow now, so we're improving again. 0.28% better, 17 on S&P and 79, 80 points now on NASDAQ. Yeah, there it is. There's the latest. What do we got now? 19 minutes until the opening. All right. Nice to have you here. And here we go. We have Michael saying Aspire Global, a leading global provider of space-based data, analytics, and space services, today announced that it has appointed Dr. Kevin Petty as vice president of weather monitoring systems or something like that. So that's cool. More hires, more people coming in. Interesting. And well, bit by bit, these companies keep making announcements, and we'll see what's going on. Be nice to see a little pop on some of these stocks. Wouldn't surprise me if at any time any of our SPACs pop between $2 and $3 a share in one day. Anytime. Could be an announcement. It could be a stock price, a target price upgrade by an analyst. Could be a new analyst following this company for the first time. It could be a press release about making a deal with company, whatever, or gaining a contract. You now have 8 companies that used to be SPACs that are now publicly traded companies that have their own investor relations departments, their own PR people, and they're making deals, and they are cash rich. And so at any time, any of our 8 publicly traded companies that used to be SPACs could come up with an announcement that could have a pop on the market, $1 or $2 or $3 in a day, just on additional new business being done. So those of you who have options, that your long call options on some of these former SPACs, be aware of the fact that if you have any call options now on these companies, somewhere in and around $1, $2, or $3 of the prices of these shares. So in the case of SOFI, if you even have $20 calls, you have 1750s, 18s, 19s, 50s, you could be dramatically affected on one big move day on SOFI. Same with Rocket Lab and 23andMe is another one. I mean, the stock can go from $8.80 to $12 in one day. And that would take the 10 and 1250 contracts to another level very quickly, dramatically. It would probably cause your premiums to rise on these options. So you may find that normally when a stock goes up $1, your option only goes up maybe 40 cents on the dollar. When you get a hot market, heavy volume, good press, and then you might get 2 or 3 days of good volume, you may find that the stock goes up $1, but instead of you going up 30 or 40 cents a contract per dollar, you're going up 60 to 80 cents per dollar. It's dramatically different. And a $3 move adds $2.40 to a contract you have. That's $240 per contract. Some of you out there I know have purchased contracts that are out of the money. You bought 10 or 20 of them at 50 cents each or 40 cents each or whatever. Next thing you know, you see one of your contracts go up $2 a pop and you got 20 of them. You just went up $4,000 in value. Pretty nice scenario. None of you that are here, I don't think, are going to become millionaires on a $2 move. But some of you are going to have a profound impact on your bottom line. If 3 or 4 of your SPACs in 1 week each went up $2, $3, $4 a piece, you guys would have, in some cases, $15,000 to $100,000 more in your account, just like that. So we're all on pins and needles, waiting for the next move, and how high it can be and where it's going to go. Let's see what's going on. Let's go. Yeah. Um, Birdie. Good morning, Uncle Bruce and Bagel family. I need to log in only when members are on, because I'll get dragged into arguments otherwise. Good call, says Amy. Good call. By the way, this cough is not because I have COVID. This cough is because we're at 3,800 feet elevation. The air up here is very dry. I'm constantly trying to, keep the water going, keeping my voice, vocal cords, somehow, um, in liquid. We are in a real dry environment. The air is incredibly thin and dry up here. It's not like I'm at, I'm not in like Mount Everest, but compared to Creston at 800 feet elevation, at 3,800 feet elevation, we're super thin, super dry. The air in this room is very dry, and I'm constantly trying to stay hydrated, and that's why you'll hear me cough from time to time, because my vocal cords just dry out and get all raspy and itchy, and I start coughing. I don't have a COVID or anything like that. Anyway, there you are. I'm going to buy some SOFI at the opening, says nephew Nick. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, I mean, dividends are a big debate. People are debating about dividends. Uh, if you've got a lot of capital and you're looking for steady income, sometimes dividends are the way to go. This used to be normal. In the normal world that my mom and dad grew up in, the normal world I remember as a 20-year-old, 40-year-old, it changed 20 years ago, but up until 20 years ago, my mom and dad, and my dad in particular, was really keen on owning investments that paid a good dividend. And he just loved the money coming in every month. A dividend check would come in, or dividend deposits would show up on his mutual fund statements. He loved that. He just loved it, because he would see stuff like a dividend come in on a stock that was like a 1% payout, which is 4% a year, every quarter. But he knew he only paid half the price for the stock, um, what it's trading at now. He only paid half as much. So the 4% yield that is coming in on today's value, it's 8% to him. And he was a long-term holder of investments, and so he would buy into mutual funds. 15 years ago he was buying in, and he still got them today, kind of thing would be his mentality. 15 years later, I still got these, and the yield on this thing is 3.8, 3.9%, but I only paid half the price for these mutual funds, so I'm really yielding 7.8 to 8% on my money. And his thinking was, if I can hang around, if I can stay alive long enough and hold on to these for another 5 or 10 years, it's possible they might go up another 50%, still yield 4%. And now I'm bringing in 10, 11% on my original investment. This is the long-term view of money managers. And this is the message that I used to get pumped at me when I started as a broker, and then I would pass on to my salesmen, the new rookies. Now I'd say to these ladies and gentlemen, look, your idea is to build lifelong relationships with your clients, and if you can get $100,000 of your client's capital that you can help manage, and 80% of that is in good quality dividend growth portfolio investing type scenarios, be they 5 different mutual funds, or half the money in mutual funds, the other half in stocks like IBM or AT&T that pay a nice healthy dividend. Great, because if these companies can keep growing over the years, 5 years from now, your 100,000 portfolio with your client might be worth 125, of which 80% is dividend related, and you started off at 3, 4, 5, 6% yields. You're now generating net yields to these people of 50% more than that. And 5 years again down the road, you could be double. You could be generating some of your clients 12 to 14% a year on their actual original investment. And it's compounding because the dividend comes in, you buy more units and you get dividends on the dividends, and that's interest on interest. And this is how you build wealth. And after 10 years of time, if you've hitched your horse to the right client, and when you started with your client was 35 to 40 years of age, they may have inherited some money from grandma and grandpa, they built a bit of a nest egg, and you've been managing it for them. Now, 10 years down the road, these people have moved up in their firms. They've moved up into management positions or maybe senior VP positions. These folks are making a lot more money now in their 40s than they were in their 30s or their 50s and so on. And so in the next 15, 20 years, as they approach retirement, these folks are going to be plowing a pile of dough into their portfolio to compound and grow it even further. And so by the time they retire, that original 100,000 you started with 15, 18 years ago, with compounded interest and added contributions, that's now $1 million. And you have 50 clients like that, you're managing $50 million. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot today in the world of billions. But in 1982, to talk to a salesman and say, look, by 1997, 2000, you could be managing $50 million plus from your top 50 clients, and you're still expanding your book because you're going to get all their kids and all their relatives coming in because of the success that you had with your number one client. You could have 400 or 500 accounts where you're managing $250 million at age 40 years of age as a broker. Think about that. You still have 15, 20 years of a career in front of you, if you choose to have it, where you're now going to run 250 million to $1 billion. Think about the lifestyle you're going to have. And this is the dream I tried to sell my brokers, but only 1 in 100 got the message. Because the other 99, some just weren't going to make it. They left the business after a couple of years. They just couldn't handle the grind. They could handle good days, but they couldn't handle the bad days. They could handle a bull market, but they couldn't handle a bear market or a correction. They could handle. They were happy with the daily routine of being a broker, but they couldn't handle the one-off explosions that would happen from time to time, where big news events or whatever. And then others just got bored. They just didn't want to be. They would say, "I don't want to be Mr. 5%. I just don't want to be Mr. 5%. I want to be Action Jackson. I want to be an action hero. I want to find a home run." Others would leave for other firms that would promise them greater riches if they only moved their accounts over here. To find out after a year or two, that's not necessarily true. Some were better off, some were worse off, some were had no change. It's human beings. Of course, every broker out there had clients. Clients would change. Person would get transferred to Toronto, Ontario, 2,000 miles away. They would open an account there with somebody there. They would have lunch with a broker there and wouldn't deal with these guys anymore. That's typical. You'd have a death in the family, and a client all of a sudden is now, suddenly mom and dad passed away in 3 months of each other, and this individual now has to run the family business. And they had a career, with company blah, and now they're leaving that job to go back and run mom and dad's business because they figured mom and dad would run that for another 15 years before they retired, and they died early, whatever the reason. And this person now has to upend their entire life and handle, this because there's 50 people employed, of which 30 are family members. It's kind of so everything would change, and so it was never constant, because this is called life. This is called the game of life. And so as a broker, we would, as brokers, we had to be flexible and we had to go with the flow. Whatever happened. But dividends dividends are a way to build wealth, but it was a lot more normal and a lot more accepted when there were dividends to be had. But nowadays, as I said yesterday, a lot of public companies, they're not paying money out in dividends anymore. They're paying money out. They're willing to use corporate money to buy back stock. They're not interested in the increase in the dividend necessarily. They're interested in stock buybacks, because you can adjust those on a whim based on market conditions. You can't do that on dividends necessarily, because you upset mutual funds, you upset ETFs, you upset index funds, you upset senior investment groups. You don't want to play that game. And if you ever want to raise 500 million additional dollars to do a takeover or something like that, and you just cut your dividend last month, don't go knocking on bankers' doors for money, because they're going to look at you and go, you just cut your dividend. You can't afford the dividend you're paying out. Why should we lend you any money? With stock buybacks, you can say, we were going to buy back $2 billion worth of stock over the next couple of years, but we're going to cut that down because we want to take over a company, blah, blah, blah. We want to raise some money to do that. The bankers will go, okay, that's cool. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll help you out with that. That'll add cash flow to your bank account. That'll grow your company faster, and you'll buy your stock back even more. You'll just reinstitute your buyback program after the merger is completed, and you offload the personnel that you don't need double of anymore, and away you go. Well, that's how the market works. All right, let's see. Who else is here? What's going on? What are people saying? It's 4 minutes from the opening. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Do you think that SoFi will ever pay a dividend in the future? Yeah, maybe someday. But don't look for it for at least 5 or 10 years. Let's see. Can you tell me, Bruce, who I'm selling my warrants to if I actually sell them in the open market? Am I selling them back to the company? Okay, if you're selling them to the open market, you might be selling them to someone who's just trying to acquire more warrants and wants to convert them into stock. You could be selling them to a brokerage firm. You could be selling warrants to a brokerage firm that is the banker or the investment banking house for the public company. And they are acquiring the warrants, and they will exercise the warrants in the future sometime for some of their institutional clientele. You might find that you're selling the warrants. You won't know this, but you're actually selling the warrants to a speculator who thinks that the shares will go higher and the warrants will go higher, and they're just going to flip them to somebody else later. You might be selling the warrants at the bid price and taking 20 cents too low a price that you shouldn't be doing, but you are because you want to get rid of them. And the buyer is happily taking them off your hands. And they will turn around and offer your warrants at 20 cents higher, and they'll wait weeks to get it. And they'll say, thank you. I had all the time in the world to make this 20-cent gain. Doesn't sound like a lot, but you know what? I only paid you $2. I sold them for $2.20. I made 10% off of you in 3 weeks. I love making this kind of money every 3 weeks. So yeah, that could be it. It could be anybody actually. So kind of a generic answer, but that's the truth. I'm sorry. There it is. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome one, welcome all. Thank you for all these comments. We're about to open in 2 minutes. What do you think about SMRT options? They only have only until March. Is that long enough? Well, March, if you're close to the money, yes. But if you're way out of the money, no. AB was listening to Ralph Nader's podcast, and of course, he's on board to limit stock buybacks and wants to return to companies paying dividends. He thinks the buybacks create instability for Main Street. I think it's the other way around. I think it's a way to stabilize the markets to keep them up here. Hey, Bruce, with regard to ME, I have 11 January calls that are all down 50%, some 1250s and some 750s. Do you think there's hope for the stock to January? Time is getting short. ME, I have tremendous faith in the company, and at any time the stock could pop $2 to $4 a share, and I would just stick around and enjoy the show. To all Bagel family, how do you get the user's name in orange? There's ways to do it. Okay, Bruce, you should get a mobile hotspot with 4G, 5G coverage, high speed and all over the country and all the sketchy hotel Wi-Fi. Happy to help. Thank you, Erico. We'll talk to you when I get to the States. Dan, would SoFi partnering with MasterCard for buy now, pay later have any influence on them borrowing money? I don't know. I don't know. Hey, don't get me going like that. Pete, my mining operation, ROI today, roughly 9 months to make back $8,000. Happy. Congratulations. Erico, Friday, the end of the third quarter should be some nice buying and repositioning happening end of the week. Maybe, maybe not. We're opening. They're clapping. They're clapping. The markets are open. We're back. Larry, there's the bells. We're up and running, kids. The markets are open for trading. Let's take a look and see what the markets are looking like for us today. Um, how are we doing so far, and how will we do in the first half hour? How's the SoFi going to do in the first 20 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours? What will be the street's reaction to this deal as SoFi? It kind of gets, digested. I suppose, is that the word I should say? The news gets digested by the street. The interpretation of this gets digested. Just where are we at? Where are we going to be at? We'll find this all out very quickly. Ding, ding, ding. We're back. We're open. Welcome all. Welcome all. Welcome all. I've got some. I've got. Way to go, AB. We've got the Rocket Lab up 24 cents, now up 38 cents to 15.94. So Rocket Lab is up to 15.94 on 119,000. Thank you. SoFi 16.38. 16.18 was the low. 16.38 current. 16.27 now on 3,100,000 volume so far. That's what I got this first minute or two into the market. Let's see how this all plays out. And let's see. Okay, anyway, moving on. What else have we got here? GameStop up 74 cents to 179.34. Matterport up 58 cents to 20.28. That's nice. That's nice. We're up a penny on the ME to 8.52. Smart Rent down 20 cents to 12.83. Spire down a penny, 14.26. We got ATIP up a nickel at 3.80. Sextera 9.16 down 15 cents. Seems to be a bit of a mixed opening here. KB St. Trade Station just released an ad featuring Uncle Jim. I swear they're ripping you off. Okay. Rocket Lab 16 like a knife through hot butter. 16.31, 16.35 on Rocket Lab, up 79 cents. 184,000 shares volume. So those of you who wrote those $20 puts on Rocket Lab for January or whatever, you're making money. The higher the stock goes, the richer you're getting. And I love to see this. Keep it going, Rocket Lab. Let's go to 20. SoFi, 16.42. We're up about 24 cents from the low of the day, 16.48 now. We're actually up 30 cents from the low of the day, down 56 on the day, 3.4 million traded. So SoFi dipped, and now it's coming back on a little bit. We'll see how this all kind of works out. Wait for the news. 16.55 on SoFi, down 49 cents. GameStop went positive, 180.73 up 213. Matterport up 40 cents to 2010. ME down 2 cents. Smart Rent down 20. Now unchanged on Smart Rent. Spire up 2 cents. ATIP up 2 cents. A little bit of green coming in over here. The Dow is up 133. IBM up 17 cents. Home Depot up $2. Vanek up 6 cents. We've got Microsoft up $1.35. Apple up $1.13. So these have improved over yesterday's openings for sure. Tesla up 4.45. Bed Bath & Beyond down a penny. BlackBerry down 2 cents. Royal Caribbean down 44 cents to 91.52. Goldman Sachs 3.89, down $11 from the $4 high 2 days ago. Down 26 cents today. There's a bargain right there. Amazon is up 6.80. Facebook up 3.80. Google up $20. It broke the 50-day moving average apparently yesterday, and it's right around that right now. So we'll have to watch for that. That's the story here. SoFi 16.59 now, 16.60 down 44 cents, 16.61. So we're coming on SoFi penny by penny by penny on 3.92 million volume. And again, I like the deal. I like the flexibility that they have in how they repay their loan. If they want to repay in stock, I think they can cut the deal at 30% above market price at that time. But I haven't got the actual meat and potatoes of the deal yet. But we'll watch for it. 16.07 on Rocket Lab up 51 cents. SoFi 16.63. GameStop off 34 cents. Matterport still at 20.08 up 38 cents. 23andMe is unchanged. Smart Rent 12.83 unchanged, and Spire up 19 cents to 14 45. Well, there we are. That's our opening. I'm not too worried about it. Mastercard starts buy now pay later program involving SoFi Bank Card, and the stock goes down. Please let it make sense. Keep in mind, we have speculators all over the stock. This is not a report card by Wall Street. This is just day traders running amok right now, trying to figure it out. SoFi is probably taking the long-term approach to build their company no matter what, no matter how long it takes. And day traders are in a hurry to make a buck. And sometimes the day traders run amok for a while, and then the long-term players take it over again and keep going. So we'll see. Let's see. Buddha's back, baby. Let's go. Good morning, Uncle Bruce. I am late to the show. What's the news on SoFi? But let me just stick around. We'll be talking about all day here. I'm pretty sure we named Uncle Bruce Uncle. I doubt that is the case with TradeStation's knockoff. Free Thinker, SoFi doing an ATM offering. Free Thinker raising $750 million apparently. My name is Jones. SPX is slowly but surely saying goodbye. We've got ATIP moved up only 75 cents, and December 22 calls were up 33%, with 15 months of life left, waiting on that new CEO. Right on. I'm going to start a company called Dumb Rent. All the locks and keys are the same, and you just have hot plates, portable heaters, and buckets of ice in lieu of air conditioning. Instead of Smart Rent, I'm going to call my company Dumb Rent. There you go. Oh, Lordy Lou. Spire 1434 up 9. Smart Rent up 16 to 12.99. ME up a penny, 8.52. Matterport up 23 to 19.93. GameStop up 63 cents to 179.24. SoFi 16.57 down 47 cents. And Rocket Lab 15.88 up 32 cents. Smooth Wake 250 calls. Free thinking, laughing out loud on AB. Yeah, Dumb Rent. Let's do Dumb Rent. Let's start a company called Dumb Rent. The Dow now is up 48 points. S&P up 13. Nasdaq up 78. Oil still down 28 cents. That's our opening here, early this morning. A few minutes into the markets. We'll see how it all kind of works out. Wouldn't be surprising to see Rocket Lab go higher. Sure love to see it hit 1750 today. That'd be pretty cool. SoFi at 1666. I think that's near the high of the day for SoFi. That's zeroing in on it. I think, 1669 high of the day, 1668 right now. There we are. Let's see how this works out. The Democrats are trying to tee up a Senate vote to keep the government open. There you go. Go, baby, go. 1602, 1615 on Rocket Lab. Popping again. 1615 on Rocket Lab. Go to 1750 right now. 1676 on SoFi. We're only down 28 cents. GameStop is up 11. Matterport at 2005 up 35. ME up 3 cents. Smart Rent up 16 cents. Spire at 1438. We're up 12 cents right now. 1611 on Rocket Lab and 1678 on SoFi. Yeah, baby. 1683 now on SoFi. We're down 21 cents. 1685. Yeah, that's the high of the day on SoFi. Again, it's now coming on with new highs almost every trade, down only in the low 20s now. Volume on SoFi is already 5.15 million. That's great. That is good stuff. Let the worry warts get out and let her run. She can go up a buck or two from here. That'd be just fine by me. Let's go to 1886 today. How about that? That's a nice round number, wouldn't you say? I like it. 1614 on Rocket Lab, up 59 cents. Nice. Very nice indeed. Spire, 1438 up 12 cents. Go Spire, go. Go Spire, go. Dow slipping, still up 27. S&P up 8. Nasdaq down 49. Big improvement over yesterday after we had such a lousy start to the day. The Dow lost over 500 yesterday, so to be tentative this morning is normal. It's only to be expected, I would say. All right. Here we go. I find it strangely perfect, says Ed Nephew Nick, that they announced the $750 million offering on the eve of the bank charter approval, which stipulates the same $750 million figure. Are you trying to put two and two together? Is that what you're doing? Are you trying to make sense of all this, Nick? Nephew Nick, you are one sharp cookie. You may have stumbled onto something here. Okay, SoFi, I bought the dip again. Up now. Let's go. Nee. Got the SoFi dip this morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. What if this is the last dip under 20 ever for the stock? What if we're saying goodbye to the 16s forever right here because they're going to announce the bank charter tomorrow? I don't know. Whatever. Interesting how this all ties in together, isn't it? Yes. Everything seems to come together. There's like a plan. There's a master plan at work, and no one says anything, but you have to detect it yourself. You have to figure it out. You have to kind of put your mind together and try to scheme what they're up to. Wow, what a coinkydink that one actually is the other. It's funny here. It's funny, there are ETFs you can buy that's the inverse, hoping everything tanks. These are same people probably invest in pharma companies that make antidepressants or bet against that too. Rita says that Kramer trashed Matterport yesterday on his show. That'll stop it from going up. I'm not so sure about that. I don't know if Kramer can actually trash a stock all by himself. We'll see. Matterport, 1982, up 12. There you go. 16 on Rocket Lab, up 44. Okay. We'll see what's going on. Yeah, fun times. Great day to be writing puts on Rocket Lab. Great day to write puts. I think we're about to keep going here. SoFi, great day to write puts on SoFi if you get any premiums out of them. For sure. Good day to buy call contracts on SoFi, I would say. Knowing what we know and hearing what we're hearing. Matterport, 1981, wants to come back to 21, 22. You start running calls. And away we go. ME, 849. When shall the explosion happen? And what will make it do what it does? Oh, we're waiting. Smart Run, 1279. Spire, 1412. They're all negative now. ATIP down a penny. Sextera is down 15 cents. AMC up 12 cents. We've got Robinhood up 47. We have SMH Vanek Vectors down $1.55 to $258.94. That is a cheap price. The high was $276 just on a week or two ago. Not long ago. Barely a week and a half ago. This is a bargain at $258. That is an option buy or a put right waiting to happen. Home Depot up $1. IBM down 69 cents. Dow is up 59 now. Microsoft up only 45 cents. I don't know if there's any more selling coming on Microsoft. We're kind of down a bit here. We're at $283.97. We were as high as $305, so $22 off. This might be a bit of a pullback here for a perfect opportunity to get a call contract or two, or 10 or 20. Apple, 143.14, up $1.22. Did hit 157 for the high. The low was 107 in the last 52 weeks, but right now 143 from the 157 high. That's a $14 drop on Apple, so that's getting to be a buy. The bargain there. We'll see. Royal Caribbean down 57 cents at the moment. There we are. Rocket Lab up to 1605, up 49 cents. SoFi holding at 1670.72, still down around 35 cents. We've got GameStop up 57 cents. We have Matterport at 1978, up 7 cents. There you are, folks. Let's see where this market wants to take us. What is in store for us today? Anyway, there you go. Kramer needs to make up his mind. China stocks good and not. Pretty sure he was on that bandwagon too. He's trying to call him as he sees him, I guess. I avoid the China thing. I recommend that to all of you out there, if at all possible. Do not get sucked into any Chinese investments. Stay the heck away. Scary stuff. Wow. Okay. A 180 again on GameStop. There you go. Those of you who've been buying back calls on GameStop that you wrote at 240, 50, 60, 70, 80. Way to go. Time is working for you. The the press strike price from 210 to here is working for you. Way to go! Great time to write puts on GameStop for sure. Up to speed here. Okay, we're gaining only 15 on the Dow now. We're up 5.6 on S&P. We're up 33 on Nasdaq. Oil down at 65 cents to 74.68. That's where we are, folks. I'm pretty sore today. I've got a tender tooth here on this side. Had a root canal last night, and I'm glad it's over, but it isn't over. I still have to deal with the pain. Hopefully through today and tomorrow we'll get through it and keep moving on. We got some more dental work to be done today and tomorrow, but hopefully we're on the last of it now, and I can be done with it for a while. That would be so lovely to be done with it for a while. Time will tell. The Dow still up 13, S&P up 4, Nasdaq up 35. That's what we have in the early morning trading here. And Matterport just took a dump. Matterport 1977 up 7 cents. Little profit taking there. There you have it, guys. We're watching the markets, and they're positive compared to yesterday's pure sell-off. The Nasdaq is the best performer, up 0.25%. Nothing great, but definitely. IBM spills details on Kyndryl spinoff. What you need to know. Oh, wouldn't that be nice if we could read this article? Let's see if we can get our hands on this. IBM, the Kyndryl thing. Can we read this story? Late Tuesday, the company made a key filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission disclosing details of its planned tax-free spinoff on Kyndryl, the company's 90,000 IT infrastructure business. Stock, by the way, is right now down 32 cents. According to the filing, IBM continues to expect to complete the Kyndryl spinoff before year end. Kyndryl will list on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol KD. IBM expects to distribute at least 80.1% of the new company shares to current holders, with IBM retaining the rest of the resale within the first 12 months after completion of the spinoff, likely in the form of an underwritten public offering. The filing shows that Kyndryl, on a pro forma basis, had 2020 revenue of $19.4 billion, down from $20.3 billion in 19, and $21.8 billion in 18. For the 2021 first half, revenue on a pro forma basis was 9.4. As stated in the filing, the company had losses on a GAAP basis on both 2020 and the first half of 2021, but that includes one-time charges related to both workforce reduction and the spinoff. While the filing doesn't clearly disclose non-GAAP results, a close source to the transaction notes that on an adjusted basis, Kyndryl had pre-tax profits of $378 million in 2020 and $156 million in the first half of 2021. So if you double 156 times 2, that's $312 million. That's still down from the year before. IBM said in the filing that Kyndryl addresses a market growing about 7% a year to an expected $510 billion by 2024. The company didn't provide any forward guidance and didn't provide any data on the future or dividend policy. But IBM does say in the filing that following the separation, the initial combined dividend level of Kyndryl and IBM is expected to be no less than IBM's pre-spin dividend per share. IBM shares have a current dividend yield of 4.7%. As shown in the filing, Kyndryl balance sheet would initially have about $1 billion in net debt. IBM has previously indicated that it expects Kyndryl to have an investment-grade credit rating. The filing indicates that on a pro forma basis, IBM's adjusted 2020 revenue would be $55 billion from continuing operations, down from the originally reported $76.3 billion. IBM also announced Kyndryl's board members. The 10 group includes whoever, other members or whatever, and whoever and whatever. Okay, well, there we are. So you're going to get stock in Kyndryl if you own IBM when this deal goes down. They haven't announced the date. They've only indicated that it is the fourth quarter of this year, and they expect to complete this deal before the end of the year is out. So that much we know about the Kyndryl spinoff. It sounds to me like 80% of the company will go to shareholders, 20% of the company will go to the street in the form of a financing, probably an IPO, and that will likely allow the company to probably pay down a good chunk of their $1 billion in debt. So, or even raise a billion or more in cash, so that they can report to the street that they're cash positive as opposed to cash negative. They have more in cash than they owe, which would be fine. How will it react? How will the stock react between now and then and after the deal is done? That is everyone's question. At the moment, it's 137.03. I personally like the deal. I like the idea of splitting the company into two divisions, because you now will probably have more value being reflected in the stock once it's been distributed completely, and that might take into the first quarter of next year. So if you're going to buy any options on IBM, my recommendation is you buy options on IBM way into next year, so that if you are going to get a split, if there's a potential that you might end up with one share of IBM, one contract of IBM, and one contract of Kyndryl, when it's all said and done, combine the two, they might be worth the same amount of money at the outset, but over a month or two, one stock runs better than the other, and the next thing you know, your options are combined worth more money. There might be a higher premium payable by speculators on the Kyndryl contracts than the IBM. I don't know, or the other way around. I'm an optimist though on the deal. I am definitely an optimist on the upside potential of the deal. That's just let me just say that up front without hiding that from you. We'll see how it goes. All right. So IBM is going to split into two companies, as we had been reporting here for months. We're just kind of waiting now for the more details to come out. And then, of course, what we'll also see, there will be a ton of analysts who are going to really tear into this deal. They're really going to get into it. So look for that too. Don't be surprised if a lot more info will come out to the street from various sources going forward. SoFi, $16.95 a share. We're down 8 cents on the day. How about that? Let's see what's going on. Here, another 1,300 SoFi. The dip was delicious. ATM call options on GameStop have higher bid prices than ask prices right now. Can anyone explain that? It could be a computer glitch. They're just reversing the bid asks instead of the ask bids. It's a glitch. They'll figure it out. Rocket Lab, 1575 up 19. SoFi, 1690 at the moment, down 14. GameStop up 384 to 182.44. Matterport up 32 cents now to 20.02. ME up 11. It's moving up to 862. SmartRent down 4. Spire down 19. ATIP up 5 cents to 380 again. Sixtera down 15 cents to 916. So we're getting some upward movement on some of our favorites. The Dow is surging up 159 right now. S&P up 24. NASDAQ up 111 points. IBM is now up a dime from its dip earlier today. It has popped from 136.44 to 137.42. That might be helping the Dow a little bit, not to the tune of 100 points, but maybe a little bit. Is the street liking the IBM story that just came out here, breaking the other moment? I don't know. But it came out on Barron's. I'm not sure if that's having an effect. 1693 SoFi, 1693. Okay, guys. Tim is saying I'm gonna have to sell my cardboard box to buy more SoFi. Sleep in the great outdoors. Make sure you're south there, buddy. Don't be too far north. Rob, Jake, I was just about to ask that too, about the GameStop options situation. What's the deal on that? Okay. Wahoo. Let's see. What else is going on here? Stephen, thank you for your message. I'll look into this and see what's going on. I'm not sure what to make of that, but thank you for the. I just saw my email here. Stephen just sent me an email regarding being a member of the channel and stuff. So I'll try and check that out after this first show today, between first and second show. Okay. Thank you for the 291 thumbs ups, everybody. Appreciate that. We got the Dow up 148. We got S&P up 25. It's going up. NASDAQ going up 124. SOFI 1690. High today, 1699. We are coming back here on the SOFI. The street's reaction has been very tempered, very muted. Now the stock is coming on, and it might be that more and more people are figuring out 1 + 1 = 15 million. They're figuring out 750 million fundraising, bank charter, which requires 750 million in cash. Hello, something's happening here, and get ready. We might be in for a pop here. 1690 on your SOFI. Wouldn't it be nice to go to 1886 today? That would be just fabulous. I don't know why I picked that number. I just like it. I just like the number. Sounds good, don't you think? Maybe $20 tomorrow, 21 tomorrow. That'd be great. Let's go. 162 gain on the Dow. We're straight up. We are going straight up on the Dow here. I don't know why. If anyone knows why, do let me know. I don't have a story for you as to why the Dow is doing what it is doing. I just noticed it is doing what it's doing, and I like it. How about them apples? Let's see here. The biggest losers are only down 69 cents. American Express and Caterpillar down 50 cents, and United down 52, and Goldman Sachs down only 48 cents. The winners are Boeing up 9.89, Microsoft up 2.74. Visa is up over $2, Apple up over $2, Nike 180, Salesforce, Home Depot, Johnson & Johnson all $1 or more. So there's more gains. There's only like 8 losers or so. The rest are positive on the Dow, and we're at 143 points on the upside. So that's a great move here. Okay. You know what? Freethinker saying, it just so happens I'm in the market for a cardboard box. You got newspaper and duct tape? I'm looking for something like this. Rob seems to have corrected itself already. Kareem, did you go to the hot tub last night? No. I came home with my my root canal, and I just stayed in the room, and I babied myself, had a little to eat, and then went to bed and slept like a log for a while, and then woke up this morning kind of tender. Pat, I'm looking forward to being a SoFi King Rich. I can live on the beach in Key Largo. Anti-PC, woohoo! I'm ready for a SoFi pop. Let's go. Rob, 1886. Why not 1986? Well, why not 1686 right now? So just another $2. That'd make a good day. That would make a great day today. We'll add more tomorrow. A free thinker. Ooh, custom job, fancy. You could do an open box anytime soon. Auntie used all my extra power to buy more SoFi. My name is Jones. Just bought one Dow. Just saying. Auntie, ME is on the move. Let's take a look. ME up 16 cents to 867 right now. Matterport up 16 cents. GameStop up 333. It's also moving. ATIP up 8.5 cents. It's moving. 1684 on SoFi. Is the next up move into the positive territory? We might be. Nice up 16 cents. Bruce, no pain, I'm sure. Hopefully, start moving in dollar soon. No more Will Ferrell partying after you root canal. Okay, Bruce? Laughing, call my real estate agent. Warren, bought some SoFi April 14, 2022, $17.50 calls for April. They are now in the green. Need to get my SoFi October 15, 22, 50 is back on the green as well. Well, we move up another $1 or $2. You're there, man. You're there. It's coming. You want to smart rent that box. Freethinker and Matterport it. Laughing out loud, baby. Let's go. Get your cardboard box built out, customized, and Matterport it. Put it on the market. Big bucks. 1554 on Rocket Lab down 2 cents. We got a bit of a dip here. SoFi now 1686, only down 18. GameStop at 182.23, up 363. Matterport at 1991, up 21. ME up 18 cents to 870. Smart Rent down 4. Spire down 27 to 13.99, but seems to be bouncing back up. ATIP up 8.5. Sextera down 15 cents. IBM up a quarter. Not a big move on this story of the split yet. Street seems to be just neutral on it at the moment. Dow's up 129. Microsoft up 240. Apple up $1.97. Tesla up 10.88 to 7.88. Bed Bath Beyond up 37 cents. BlackBerry up 9. Royal Caribbean down 69 cents. Goldman Sachs down 57 cents. Google down is up $16. Waiting to see if Google can have a run. Don't forget, says Tim, the deluxe ventilation holes in my cardboard box. Hey, Uncle Bruce, Nicholas wants to know, have you talked at all about this Gores, Guggenheim, and Polestar deal? I have not. I've looked at it, but I've not talked about it. I don't like the deal. I'll tell you why I don't like the deal. I know, and I am aware that a SPAC and Polestar are merging. Polestar is an electric car maker, Sweden-based, I believe, with Chinese partnership. Problem number one. But problem number two, for me, is they're calling it a $20 billion deal, and they're raising cash from the SPAC, obviously. What worries me about the SPAC is if the shares don't pop, there'll be a whole bunch of shares turned back in at $10 a piece. Stock could go down to $8. Second thing that bugs me, and this is the big one. This is the great big one. There's only $200 million of pipe financing on the deal. $20 billion merger deal, blah, 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 and only $200 million coming in from Wall Street. And what gets me about that is, what if there's $400 million in redemptions at $10 a share for people who are excited about the deal? By the time this thing closes in 3 months from now, because you know how long these take, if the shares are sitting at $9.98 to $10, they might have to refund $400 million from the public, from the SPAC company, and they're only bringing in $200 million from the pipe financing. That is chump change. That is a failing grade, in my opinion. I'd like to see pipe financing of $1 billion. Way more money than the actual SPAC financing. Because back in the day when I was involved in blind pool financings, back in Alberta's day in the 80s, back in those times, we would raise only $500,000 to $1 million. But you would see pipe financing within months of the deal that would be millions of dollars compared to how much they raised. It would be quadrants, like 4 times, 5 times, 6 times the amount of cash would be raised at much higher prices than the public offering. And that made everybody a happy camper. Right here, this deal, I don't like this $200 million thing. It's not enough money. Uncle Bruce, I bought back all of my November, December, January GameStop call options, Le Cash Bour. What should I write and when should I write them? There you go. So you're looking for GameStop to go up in price, and it's a little better, but not much, but it is a bit better. So what you're looking for is for GameStop to have a little pop back into the 190s, so you can write 210s, 220s, 230s for, several months forward here. So right now, I think you want to sit tight and just wait it out. It could be that the end of this quarter, which is tomorrow's September the 30th, this could be the day that we're waiting for the quarter, the end of the quarter. Adjustments will be made with portfolios, and then away we go on October 1. Maybe Friday will be a great day. Monday, Tuesday will be a great day. We'll have to wait for that, okay? SoFi Volume says Adventures 6 million. Lobo Blast just bought another 200 SoFi. My average still kind of high, 1905. SoFi 1681, down only 23 cents. Rocket Lab is positive, +9 at 1565. GameStop up 235. Matterport 1988 up 17. ME 862 up 11. Smart Rent down nickel. Spire down 50 cents. It's all over the map, as you know how this goes. ATIP up a dime again, back to 385. We're coming back with those losses yesterday. We're getting them back. Sextera down 15 cents. IBM up $1.14. It's moving. IBM on the move. Just popped in the last few minutes. We have gone from 136.44 about 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, to 138.65. That is a $2 21-cent pop on IBM, and that affects the Dow. This is a huge mover on the Dow. We're up 146 at the moment on the Dow. Nothing stupid, but IBM is moving. Something is coming in here. There's buying coming in. Maybe speculation on the split. That's why I say if you're going to buy IBM options, buy them into next summer, well after the split is done, and you might have a pre-split run, maybe to 145, 155. It's been higher than this, but it's about time. 152.84 was the high for 52 weeks. So we're 14 away from that. You could make the first $14 easy on this move. From there, you'll have to see what happens. Anyway, there it is. That's what I'm recommending on IBM. I like this spinoff. I just wonder how it's going to affect the stock. And today, finally, there seems to be, after this article on Barron's, there seems to be movement. Let's see what happens. Rocket Lab, negative again, down a penny, 15.55. SOFI, 16.88. We are 11 cents away from the high of the day. Now we're at 16.89. We're a dime away from the high of the day on SOFI. Can we break through to the other side? I think we can. I think we will. 16.90. 8.6 million volume. I think we will. I think SOFI will have an up day today. I really do. This whole bank charter thing is possibly what's going on here. Brucey, baby. More money has come into GGPI since then. Oh, okay. Good to know. Thanks, Uncle Bruce is Nicholas to me. Warren, I just had a $4,000 front tooth implant finally installed yesterday. Dentist had a flight to Cancun that afternoon. I bet you he did. First class. Jake, I am noticing more and more car subscription services too. Polestar modifies Volvos to make them a high-end car that I guess would compete with BMW M Series, but I never see them on the road. Erico, ATIP had more pipe financing. That doesn't always mean it's destined for greatness. I understand, but if you got a $20 billion merger and you can only attract 200 million pipe financing, something is really wrong with this picture. Really wrong with this picture. Gregory, do you ever make tech studies for your stock picks? And would you show them if you do, or maybe you don't and don't do any technical analysis? Maybe that's the answer. Yeah, maybe I don't do a bunch of technical stuff. Yeah, that's probably the answer. I think that is the answer. Robert, what's the detail about IBM split? If I heard right, you mentioned something about it a minute ago. I did. Weren't you listening? Weren't you paying attention? Or do you just take me for granted? Am I just a pretty face? I just like the deal. That's all you need to know. Gregory, Edward, Bruce just knows he doesn't need don't need no stinking technical analysis. Badges? We don't need no stinking badges. Technical analysis. We don't need no stinking technical analysis. We just need to know if there's more buyers or sellers on the stock. That's all we need to know, baby. Is it going up or what? 1696 to 1698 on SOFI. We're about to go through 17 like a hot knife through butter. Get ready, kids. 1699. Get ready. We're going to be up here. It's going positive. It's coming. Hang on. Hold on. It's going to happen. 1702. What did I tell you? 88 miles an hour. See? We're going higher. Technically, what this means is there are more buyers and sellers, and they just bought it all up. It's going higher, kids. You're going to make money on SOFI whether you want to or not. You're going to get richer on SOFI. I'm sorry. You're just going to have to take it, and you're going to have tax advisors and handlers to handle all your calls. You're going to need specialists. You're going to have on-call nails and hair people and makeup people 24/7. I'm sorry. Your world is about to completely change, and you're just going to have to deal with it. That's all I can say. Hey, every stock trader uses technical analysis, or should as part of their strategy. Sure, yeah, okay. My name is Jonas. Seeking Alpha says IBM stock is a melting ice cube. Maybe they're overlooking that there are diamonds inside the cube. Maybe. Go Magic 8-Ball, baby. But I thought that Uncle Bruce did not drink. Need to rethink that today. Uncle Bruce not being negative, only a question. It's cool, Greg. I love you. You're okay. It's all good. I'm just having fun. But I'm not a technical guy like others are. You know that. I really not much of a technician. I just like seeing stocks go up. That's what we're going to get here. I'm a lazy young student on my smartphone. That's wrong with this generation today. That's what the problem is. DQ, Nazareth residual effects of dental drugs, maybe. Maybe. Bless you, says anti-PC to Jen. Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, hi. Since GameStop is climbing again, should I buy back the September 8 195s for 350 and write some more? What should I do? GameStop, well, it's not taking off. It's still kind of, yours are what is it? You've got to be okay. Something's not working in my brain here. You've got the 195 covered calls, but I don't think you have September 8s. You probably have October 8s, and they're now 350, right? You're out of the money, $15. You don't have to necessarily, but you could look at maybe October 15s. You could look at 195s to 200s on the other hand, but the stock isn't going yet. It's not. It's up, but it isn't up. So at the moment, that stock, that contract will continue to contract, obviously, from here. But if you can write a contract and get 9 or 10 for it, and have it contract $6 in the next week versus this one contracting $3.50, there you are. Okay, Fergan, y'all see heads and shoulders and cups and handles. I just see mountain ranges. AB is saying, Lavalot, you're going to make money whether you like it or not. It reminds me of that Twilight Zone where the guy dies and goes to heaven, where he wins at the casino every time and gets bored. He realizes he's in hell. Oh, Lord. Beach, I wrote them last week for 11, and they're now 350, Bruce. So, what do you think? There ain't nothing wrong buying these back at 350. There really isn't. Of course there isn't. And if you can rewrite contracts that are a week longer or 2 weeks longer for a nice fat premium, there's nothing wrong with that either. And whether they're 195s or whether they're 190s or they're 185s, your choice. Wherever you want to go. Obama, Uncle Bruce, are you on OxyContin for the pain? No, I'm on nothing. Jennifer, Uncle Bruce, what do you like for the ATIP calls? 250s in 2022 or 2023? I kind of like the 2023s. I really like the 2023s, but 2022s could deliver. If you can get them in the summertime, great. Nicer, lower premium, great. Bill, level 1 thinking, what should I invest in? Level 2 thinking, what will the majorities of investors in? Nicholas, wait, I looked away and Rocket Lab moved $1. I mean, what? Yeah, Bill, you get the idea. If ignore the grammar. I get it. Rocket Lab down 18 cents, unfortunately, 15.38. SoFi 17.04, unchanged. It's SoFish. We're up a penny, actually. We're up on SoFi. We're up at 17.06. We're in the money. We're green on SoFi, guys. Green, 9.38 million, and we could go much, 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 much higher than this. Al Parker, good morning, Bruce. Any butterfly option recommendations? Nothing at the moment. Ryan, Sextera January call, 95 cents. ME up 12 cents. Matterport up 8. Smart Rent down 6. Spire down 65. It was up this morning. ATIP up 9.5 cents. Sextera down 16 cents right now. IBM right now up $1.23 to 138.70. The Dow up 145. That's where we're at right now. Down $2 on Goldman. Royal Caribbean down 12 cents. 15.42 on Rocket Lab. Up down 16 cents now. SoFi 17.04, 17.05, 17.06 right now, neighbor, right at the break-even line. We are about to bust out. Interesting. Yeah. We'll see what happens here. Oh, boy. Uncle Bruce, Sextera call, January 10 for 95 cents. What do you think about that? Sextera, $10 call. Yeah, at that price. Yeah, sure. Yeah. That's not ridiculously priced. $3 pop on the stock, and you got yourself a nice little profit there. Really nice little leverage deal. That's okay. 1701 on SoFi, and we're pushing I think we'll be pushing 10 million pretty quick here. 9.5 million volume. Yeah, we're going to be pushing 10 million volume. This is great. This is great. I was surprised to see a pullback this morning. I really was. Uh, some folks just do not understand these deals. They think that these deals are bad news, and they're the opposite. It could be very good news, very good news. And if the company were to do the 750 million financing, and 2 weeks later they did $1 billion, and then 2 weeks later they did another $1.5 billion, and they amassed 3-4 billion in cash. These guys are buying something. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, if they bought another public company with 15,000 shareholders and made them their shareholders, you got 15,000 new shareholders. Think about the promotion. Think about the exposure. I mean, my God, $30 stock anytime you want. 1708 on SoFi. We're up 4 cents. Very interesting. I love companies that raise cash without issuing stock. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, we'll see what's going on. Fun time. 1710 on SoFi now. You're up 6 cents today. So we're climbing higher. Sure beats 14, doesn't it? Yeah, it sure does. We'd sure love to see this at 25 again and then go to 30. Like I say, some of you folks are going to need personal handlers just to handle all the publicity and all the fame. Let's go, man. Let's go. Up 8 on N23andMe. Let's get a breakout there, please. And Rocket Lab, turn it around, will you? Let's go the other direction. Robinhood, IBM right now, 138.93, up $1.46. We're at the high of the day on IBM. We're going to 139. We might hit 140 on IBM today. It's picking up a little bit of movement here. Interesting how that is reacting. 1712 on SoFi. Going. We're going on SoFi now. I think some of you have $12.50 calls, $15 calls, $17.50 calls, $20 calls, $22.50. Here we go. There we go, guys. We're starting. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. The Dow up 161, S&P up 25, and NASDAQ up 97 points. Oil down 19 cents. Wow. 1713 on SoFi, up 8-9 cents now. High of the day. I'm sure we're over 10 million shares by now. Volume now 9.8 million. So within a moment or two, we'll be over 10 million volume on SoFi in 37 minutes or something like that. Awesome stuff. Just awesome stuff. I know Austin is saying, just logged back on and SoFi is positive. I'm baffled, happily baffled, of course. Going higher, my man. You're going much higher now. This is such a good move. This raising of this cash under the terms and conditions they're already hinting at, it's so juicy for the company. 1714, 1750. We're on our way here. The bank charter now seems imminent, apparently. When we go, Erico says, Bruce, when we go Maybach shopping, would you prefer being picked up in a helicopter, or do you want to meet me there? Should we go in our own helicopters and just meet each other? I don't know, my friend. I will figure it out. I'm Green, says Adventure with Duncan. Right on, buddy. Bruce, would you be offended if I share to the chat the name of a YouTube fellow that does short daily SoFi analysis videos? Quite helpful for my own knowledge. Not that we need anyone else, but Bruce, go ahead. No, I don't care. Tell the world who it is. Damn it, Jim. This is the last time I eat 3 bowls of chili before bed. Bill, Dollar Tree is raising prices above $1. The world is upside down. They also announced a $2.5 billion stock buyback. So it pays to be in the dollar business. Pays to be in the dollar business because you can buy stock back to the tune of $2.5 billion worth of stock. Wow. Here we go, Bill. Damn it, Jim. Try a really big chapstick there, buddy. Inderman, I got 10 of the $20 January 2022 calls last week, and I think they will be juicy by then. Thanks, Uncle B. Way to go, Inder. They could be juicy today. I like it. Let's go. AJ, you're going the wrong way. Spire, you're going the wrong way. Come back. Maybe it's a slingshot. Maybe they're just pulling it back, and then they're going to let it go. I don't know. Spire. I don't know. We try. Let's see. ME up a dime. Smart Rent up a penny. Spire down 84. Yuck. ATIP up 13.5 cents. 388.5. It's coming back on, that ATIP. Sextero still down 17 cents. IBM 138.81. Dow was up 162 points. So we got green coming through here. 25 on S&P, 101 on NASDAQ. Hey, Miss Jen.
Hey.
How are you today?
Look how coordinated you are. Your cut matches your shirt. I don't know, it might be a little matchy.
Matchy?
Matchy.
Oh, matchy.
You don't want to be too matchy.
You want to be too matchy. I. Good morning, Jen from John Anderson. Bill Coyne's laughing out loud. Yeah, so I had fun this morning.
Every time John says good morning to me, I think John Anderson, Seminole Wind.
John Anderson, that's right. Had fun this morning. I was in pain.
No.
Oh, yeah. Tender.
Oh, well, they were digging around.
They were digging. Oh, were they digging? They were looking for it. They were looking for that canal, and they found it.
Yeah.
They were really digging in there.
So did you put any Orajel?
Yeah, I did that. Yeah. Then I found a pill.
An ibuprofen.
Yeah. One of those, and that helped a lot.
Good.
That helped a lot. I'm going to need another one in about 2 hours.
Okay.
That helped a lot. And so now I'm just kind of tenderly watching. I didn't tell the folks the big news. Huge news.
Huge. What is that?
Well, Jen doesn't know what I'm going to talk about. Jen's going, what's he going to say?
You just never know.
You never know this guy.
You never know what Ron Burgundy's going to say.
What's Ron Burgundy going to do now? So last night, after I finished my ordeal with my tooth, I sent Jen a text saying, I'm out. I'm out. I just paid my bill. I'm out.
I'm alive.
But then I wrote her a little comment. I said, hey, would you be interested if I were to stop at Costco on the way home? And picked up some poutine and a pumpkin pie.
See if the containers are in. Yeah.
Because the pumpkin pies were being made. So she said, yeah. Well, I looked at my watch. I had 25 minutes to get from the northwest part of Calgary to the southeast part of Calgary, where we are. Still a top secret location, to get anywhere near the Costco. And I worked my driving magic, and I got down there with 8 minutes to go.
Don't rub it.
And I'm just rubbing my cheek it's just soothing. Got into the store, went right to the bakery, got the pumpkin pie, went right to the front of the store. You know that in Calgary they now have self-checkout for Costco? This is a new thing. I don't know if this is normal for you guys. Self-checkout at Costco.
But
they've got people all over the place to help you, of course.
We had it in Red Deer for decades.
Experimental for like 10 years, or 5 years, experimental.
Yeah.
But nowhere else. We now have it in Calgary at this store. Love it. Went to the food court, ordered the poutine, and I'll tell you, with 5 minutes to go in the day, they were drowning in business, the food court. Oh, God, the hot dogs, they were cranking on. They had one lady just putting the hot dogs in the buns. I mean, just making hot dogs and wrapping them up in that foil. I saw her put 40 hot dogs together. It was just they didn't have the orders for them, but they had cooked the hot dogs. They were done.
Yeah.
And so they were just going to keep taking orders until the dogs were gone. And then they
probably give them to a kitchen.
They might, like or employees got them for a discount. Then they had the fry machine going, and they had 2 of these big baskets of French fries going. Then I heard one gal yell out, I need 5 poutines. And this is like at 8:28 with 2 minutes to go. I was one of the 5. So when they gave me my poutine, it was hot, fresh, ready to go.
Yeah.
Grabbed that on top of the pie and then out the door and then to the top secret location. And Jennifer and I enjoyed gourmet dining last night.
Yes.
Watching TV last night and enjoying poutine and pumpkin pie for dessert. And I even had a little pumpkin pie this morning just to kind of start things off. Kind of get the old tummy. And it's all good. It's all good time. Just like I remember the Canada Costco pumpkin pie. It is unique. You don't make it like this in the States. It's different.
Well, I was going to offer you a small slice of pumpkin pie for breakfast, since we are going to go for breakfast after you're off the air.
See?
And I don't know if you want a bagel.
I don't think I can eat a bagel. I'm a bit tender over here. And I really don't want to just eat it on the one side only. I think I want to save myself for scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
You know, something soft for breakfast after this first show is over with. Because it's.
So it's either Lindt ball of chocolate or pumpkin pie?
Well, I think we might have to have a little bit of pumpkin pie.
I'll see what I can do.
I mean, I got to protect myself, you know. I got to look after the gums and the jawbone, and you know, I can't be hurting myself on the air. That's no good. Yeah, you know, I gotta take care of that. Morning, Jen from Shaky Fry. What? Nelson Reese says, "Good morning, Uncle Bruce. Your thoughts on which is a better option on IBM? June the 17th, 2022, call option, $15 strike, which costs $25.80, or the 120 at 2170, or the 125s at 1830. Now we're talking. Okay, so we got three different potentials here. Let me see. The stock's 139 right now. So the 115 is 24 in the money, and so that's a good price. The 120 is 19 in the money. That's a good price. The 125 is 14 in money. That's the most expensive. You can either go the 115 or the 120 would be the better deal, from what I can see here on the pricing versus the premium you're paying. Of course, June 17th, 2022. This is great. If the stock was up $10 from here, your contracts will go up $9.50. Either 15s or the 20s, they'll go up $9.50. So, yeah, that's a nice deal. The stock goes up $25, you're going to go up $23.50 for sure on these contracts. So, I'd look at the 15s or the 20s. B Fits, folks. The channel is Walks About with Dan. Great emotion, free analysis on SOFI's Twitter. Also has tweets throughout the day. I've heard of this guy. I've heard about this guy. Oh,
It's your fancy plate.
here's my fancy plate. The plate
And
from our
this
toaster.
is where he might have been eating right just out of the pipe.
You notice how it's not quite as clean cut as that side. I might have been just eating right out of the bowl, right out of the pie plate.
You know, drinking right out of the carton. And that.
Hey, drinking out of the carton. Yeah. Oh, you know, we're leaving soon, and got to finish it off. Let's try this on here to see if it's still any
See if
good.
it's any good. Oh, it's probably terrible. I'll take it away. I know.
It's like butter.
Now,
Like butter.
I've cheated and used this for a fancy dinner dessert where I have a biscuit cutter and I've cut rounds of pie out and then made Bailey whipped cream to go on it. Very nice. And it's such a good cheat. People think you care, right? Like, it's a good one.
They think you're trying.
Yes. So I had like one round of pumpkin and one round of pecan with the Bailey whipped cream.
Ooh.
I think that was the last time I made big Christmas dinner.
Ooh, that was a good one too.
We haven't had big Christmas dinner.
No, we haven't had a big Christmas dinner in a while. I think this Christmas in California, it'll be a Costco spiral ham, maybe.
Yeah. See, now last time we were down there at Christmas, we had whole food grilled vegetables. We had the Los Angeles Costco mac and cheese, which is like an entirely new food group. So good.
Phenomenal.
So good.
Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah.
And
What else did we have?
I don't know, because we were the only meat eaters in the group, so I don't think we actually had meat. Do you think we had any kind of meat? I can't remember. We had the grilled veggies, we had the mac and cheese, and see, as soon as I mentioned that, my brain stopped and had to just reflect on that moment. It's so good.
Great fish.
Oh, we might have had fish.
Might have salmon or something.
Oh, we did. We had the salmon. We had the Costco salmon with the shrimp stuff in it. Yeah.
I love that.
That's right.
I love that's good. That's what we did.
And I don't know if we had dessert because we were so stuffed. That was lovely.
Did we buy Costco ice cream down there?
Oh, I'm sure we did.
We must have.
Because you'll never walk away. I mean,
And once in the U.S., I mean, that's the first thing I'm going to buy. Well, it's the top priority. Might not be the first thing I buy. It'll probably be the last thing I buy, so it won't melt so quickly. But yeah.
It's the thing we used to drive down to Coeur d'Alene for. We'd get other things, but really, we were there for the ice.
The Costco ice cream. Bringing it back.
Yeah, we could bring 2 back.
Do all the shopping. Without the ice cream. Go to the food court, eat. Then I would run into the Costco, back in,
Get the ice cream.
through the checkout, get the 2 ice creams, get to a cashier, pay for it, and we just get out the door, put it in the car, into the cooler, head back to Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that ice cream would still be
Had to get home for it.
lovely.
But, oh yeah, it was hard frozen.
We know what we're talking about.
You know.
We're not doing that out of LA or in Palm Desert. We're just going to take it home to our condo that has a fridge and a freezer. Yeah, there we go. Oh boy. I wish our Costco had a poutine. Everybody needs hot poutine. Poutine, pumpkin pie, perfect night.
Considering you're buying it from Costco, it's pretty good.
Yeah, ice cream for breakfast. You'll never have a better excuse. This pumpkin pie, this thing's massive. $6.99 Canadian. $6.99 for this pumpkin pie. Just incredible. So good.
Thousands. You see at least one in every cup.
Yeah, they made 6,000 the first day. They started Saturday or Sunday. Chew the bagel for him, Jen. Chew the bagel. Pie for breakfast is the best.
Chew the bagel and then drop it in.
Then drop it in his mouth.
Like
Pumpkin pie for breakfast. It's a vegetable, right? Yes. It's all good for you. Yes.
And the crust.
And the crust. Pumpkin pie for breakfast. Excellent choice. Uncle B picked up Smart Strike for $7.50 for a premium of $5.50 expiring March. That's in the money, right? Oh, that is in the money, isn't it? Smart rent. $12.78. Boy, that you're buying that for nothing. That's awesome. That is a huge buy, a great buy. When Mama Bear comes, Mama Bird. I don't know what that means. Bill, Uncle B, try a blender, new drink, bagel slurps. Bagel slurps in the blender. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Stop it. Hi, Jen. Oh, I love pumpkin pie. Says Sharon DQ. Wait, Jen has two hands? I've only ever seen the one. Auntie, stop it. Gree is bouncing. I don't care. Morning, Jen. Pecan pie is my favorite. Zach, genius. Move there, Jen. Pie to tart conversion. We need a Costco, says Auntie. Damn it. LCID is moving up. Laugh out loud. Brown fuzzy bagel water, says Bill. Oh, my God, says Auntie. Shaky Fry Water. Auntie PC has been narrating my thoughts ever since the pie was brought out. Auntie PC, what kind of ice cream did you get? No, we didn't get any. We get the Costco premium, the premium Costco vanilla ice cream. It's just incredible.
Yeah, it's vanilla.
Plain vanilla.
Plain vanilla.
But
and then
it is of a high,
put peach on it.
high caliber.
I've been known to put chocolate sauce and walnuts and in a pinch.
You go to Costco and you buy the Hershey's chocolate syrup thing.
In the gallon jar.
In the big container. Usually the big plasticky one. And then you buy the Costco premium ice cream. And then you spoon out the ice cream, put it in a bowl. Okay. And you pour the chocolate sauce over it. Okay. Then wait. If it's possible. It's difficult to do. Wait 3 to 5 minutes before starting to eat it.
You know what's coming.
It's getting soft, creamy, and the chocolate sauce is running down and the vanilla is starting to come down. Oh, it's so good. All you have to do is just take your spoon, take your shirt off, and just start putting it on your body, painting it on, and it'll just add to it. It won't freeze in the middle of the winter. Oh, it is so good. Oh, loving it. Is that a waffle hotel? Where is a waffle raptor? Nice pumpkin pie is the best pie. Sharon, I love poutine and I love pumpkin pie, but not together. Oh, one after the other, I'd say. Pumpkin pie and chocolate cake brownie pie is perfect. Lobo, I know you have said we should consider going out further into 2022. I'm interested in writing December cover call for SOFI at 23andMe. I'm cashing out in late December for personal reasons, or better to just average down. Well, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, whatever your game plan is, you're gonna follow it and figure it out. Whatever works for you. Not enough chocolate and pumpkin combos in the world, says Vilbus. Austin, as soon as I say something about SoFi, it goes down. I need to log back off. 1682 down 22. Auntie, oh my gosh, y'all are killing me. She says, you're killing me. Goodbye, Austin. Oh, Lordy Lou. We're down 29 on Rocket Lab. We're down 24 on SoFi. We're up 268. We're up 268 on GameStop. We're down 32 on Matterport. We're up 4 cents on 23andMe. We're down 8 cents on Smart Rent. We're down $1 on Spire. We're up 11 cents on ATIP. We're down 19 and 6, Tara. And I'm sneezing. Oh my. Struggling. Something wants out. Losing wants to go away. That's what it is. The losing wants to go away. We're losing. I just saw some highlights from Slapshot, the movie Slapshot, where the coach comes in and says, "We're losing." I love that scene. The Dow up 149, IBM $139 a share. The high today 139.24. Looking good, up $1.56 on the old IBM. How about all that action, huh? Wow, interesting. Come on, SoFi. Come on, Rocket Lab. You know you can do it. Spire is killing me, says Rob. Free thinker. You lost me at cashing out SoFi in December. To each their own, but like before the Super Bowl, what are you doing? Rob, Gesundheit. That's right. Lobo Blast, sneezing and running. Running and gunning. We're doing the best we can with what we got, but it's very little. We're trying. The Dow's up 166, S&P up 23, NASDAQ up 73 points. Nice day. Good. We're all up about a half a percentage point on all these guys. There you have it. Let's see what's going on. Oil down 23 cents to 75.06. Apparently, oil supplies went up or something like that. Stockpiles climbed. So that might keep the pressure on oil, keep it down. More oil sloshing around. As I figured, there's no shortage of oil. It's everywhere. It's all over the place. No problem. Rocket Lab still down 31. SoFi down 27. GameStop up 290. Matterport down 21. ME up a penny. We're going negative on these stocks. I mean, we're going into the red. At a bit by bit here and there, although ATIP is holding an 11-cent gain right now. IBM 138.95. Goldman Sachs is down 317. So there's our day in a nutshell right there. Any other questions for yours truly? Let me know. Just trying to stay on top of these markets for you.
Lowe's and Home Depot are up.
Yeah, that's interesting. The worst performers are Goldman Sachs, American Express, Caterpillar, Intel, JP Morgan, Walt Disney. It's only down 45 cents.
Yeah, see, the
Dow
banks
Inc.
are down, and why is that?
Why?
Johnson & Johnson is up.
Well, there you go. Top performers: Boeing up $9, Home Depot up $3.49, Amgen up $2.32, Visa, Nike, Apple, International Business Machines all up. Just a little bit. Yeah, Canadian dollar just down a little bit. There you go. It's not fair, but it is. She's not happy. She likes when the Canadian dollar goes up. Since we're going to the States, she kind of likes when the Canadian dollar goes up. What can I say? Oil futures extend losses as EIA reports increases in U.S. crude, gasoline, and distillate supplies. It all went up. Supplies went up across the board on all components. Interesting. We have 347 thumbs ups. I thank you very much for 347 thumbs up. Absolutely wonderful. Keep them coming if you can. Maybe we can make it to 400 or 500 today before we get off the air. That is awesome stuff. And let me just double check over here. No new messages on the emails. Just double check in there. We're rolling right along. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And for the 347 thumbs ups, now 351. That is fantastic. 351 of those. We appreciate it. Keep them coming in, guys. Let's see if we can get the market to go higher for us. Let's go. That's it. That's the story. I'm sticking to it. Not going to change my story. Yeah, the downs are nowhere near equal to the ups on the Dow 30. We have like 10 of them that are down, and 8 of the 10 or 7 of the 10 are down less than $1 a share. We don't have a lot of negative on the Dow today. We have a lot of positive on the Dow today, which is good to see. We hope we can get more of this. All right. Yeah, man. Let's go. Come on, SoFi. Turn this thing around. We got as high as 1717, and we stopped going up, and we're now at 1676, 1677. So we've given up 40 cents on a turnaround. I would love to see another pop back higher again and head to 1886, which is what I'd like to have it do today. Just saying. You know. Okay. Rocket Lab down 28 to 15.28, and GameStop holding 180 here. $180.88. Up 228. Matterport 1947 down 23. Emmy up 3 cents. Smart Rent down 6. Spire down 83 now. ATIP up 11. The Sextera down 22 cents. There it is. The Dow still now holding now 139.17, pushing the high again. We're up $1.70. IBM is pushing a new high. Looks like it wants to go more. That could be very good for the big market as a whole. Sure like to see a little pop on the old IBM kits for sure. 162.53 gain on the Dow. 162.53 gain on the Dow. And oil is dropping to 74.93, down 36 cents. There you go. There it is. That's the dealio, man. That's the dealio. Don't have much in the way of other stories here. Just kind of looking at CNBC's headlines, and not a lot there. Even the Russell is up 8 points, which is good. The VIX is down to 22.78. That's good. 10-year treasuries are taking a bit of a breather, apparently. Let's see where we got that. The 10-year is at 151. Got to 154, 157, I think, 151 now. The German 10-year is negative 2.16. Japan is 0.069. Wow, that's cheap. And the UK is 0.98, lower than the US rate. Looks like France is 0.13, way lower than the US rate. Way lower. Natural gas, 553, down 34 cents, holding a very good gain. There you go. The Dow up 161 points. Evergrande to sell $1.5 billion stake in Chinese bank as it faces another bond interest payment. 600 United Airlines employees, almost 600, will face termination for failing to comply with the vaccine update. Goodbye.
That's a lot of employees.
Yeah.
100 place for 1,400.
Doesn't matter. I mean, there were probably 20,000 of them, so that's a very small number. But it is still 600 people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Still 600 people, but you're not going to get vaccinated. You got to go. Health professionals, you don't want to get vaccinated. You got to go. You got to go. Sorry, you got to go. Listen, Mr. T says, Bruce, I got punched in the face earlier, and I have a huge black eye and a bruised face.
Okay.
The doctor prescribed me a big-ass iPad. I think he's a fan of yours. There you go. There it is right there. They're waiting for the line. Never had Costco food, laugh out loud. So I'm thinking, why all the rave reviews? I'll try the pizza if I get a card. Oh man, Costco food. You just don't get it. You don't know. You don't know. Oh yeah, gotta try the Costco food. The old hot dogs. Here in Canada, we got some good stuff here.
I love the smashed avocados.
At Costco?
Yeah, you get 10 or 12 little pods.
Not in the food court.
No, not in the food
court. No, in Costco food. Yeah. Yeah, but in the food court.
You get the Montreal sandwich.
We have the Montreal sandwich. We have the chicken fingers and fries. Gravy on the side if you like. Fries and gravy if you want. Poutine if you like.
The dog.
Chicken fingers. We got the chicken fingers.
The chicken fingers. And of course a hot dog and a pizza.
The chicken fingers are fantastic. They deep fry them. They have a crispy outside. You can get all kinds of sauces if you want. This is Canada only. Fantastic. Chicken fingers are great.
What do we have for ice cream? We have the double.
We got the yogurt. We got the yogurt in vanilla or swirl, but we don't get as much as you get in America. In America, you get a 10-ounce cup, plastic cup, full of Costco. Canada, it's like a 6-ounce cup. Yeah. They're putting us on a diet. I don't know what it is.
Do we have the very, very?
I don't know if we have the very berry.
I think that's
I
American.
don't know. Costco's hot dogs the best, says Zach. $1.50, $1.50 up here too in Canadian. For $1.50, you get the Canadian, you get the big dog and the drink in Canada. It's like $1.30 American. It's cheaper. Home cooked meals. What are we, farmers? Zach, $1.50, and you get a soda. That's right. Auntie Tendies, smoked dog. The Costco by us stopped selling sausage and pepper sandwiches in their food court, so I stopped eating there after shopping. I'm just not gonna support you if you don't support me. Big S cup of Costco. I love that. I remember in Idaho, they were gonna eliminate the very berry.
Yes, they had taken it away.
They were only going to sell you the yogurt plain, or you had to buy
a side berry.
a special dessert thing, which was like $5.
Granola and
granola and strawberries and berry, and we were outraged. I said, "Where's the very berry?" Because it was like $1.35 or $1.68 or something like that. They brought it back a week later. The outrage was so wide. They brought back the very berry. Don't mess with farmers. Don't be messing with us. What am I, a farmer? Tim, Matterport and SoFi are down while Royal Caribbean is up. Huh? What's the deal here?
Yeah.
Mr. T. Bruce, I've been eating a lot of pies recently, to the extent that I'm not entirely able to get off the couch and use the bathroom. The doctors prescribed me a big pie ass pad to save me the journey. That's a pretty good thinking doctor right there, looking out for your best interest. I'll tell you right now.
It's the Homer Simpson chair.
You need the Homer Simpson chair.
You never have to move.
You never have to get out of it. Oh man, oh man. Oh, the big ass iPad and the big ass iPod. Oh, Lordy Lou. The SoFi 1682 down 22. Rocket Lab down 41 cents. GameStop up 341 to 182.01. Matterport down a quarter. 23andMe up 2. Smart Rent down 6. Spire down 83. ATIP up 11.5 cents. IBM 139.53 up 206. New high on IBM. Kids, believe it. It's moving higher. It's for reals. The Dow's up 187 as well. It's going higher. We're up 25 on S&P and we're up 72 on NASDAQ. The markets are gaining more steam here to try to go higher from yesterday's blowout. Interesting. Big ass cup of Costco. I love this. Matterport, SoFi going up and one is going down. Let's see. Man, get the bucket. Out of my way. Gotta poop. Bart Simpson. Mr. T says, I admit that this one wasn't quite as good as the last one, but yeah, the Homer Simpson couch potato gadget would be sweet, you know. Austin, anyone needs advice on losing money? I'm open for business. I'm here. I'm your man. I'm here to talk to you, here to guide you. Buy when I buy. That's the perfect time, Austin said. Free thinker, Uncle Bruce, you really have to watch Idiocracy. It's free on YouTube and featured a Homer Simpson chair. How about that? Nice says, wait, you don't put pecans on your premium vanilla ice cream with chocolate sauce? What do you put on your walnuts?
I'm more walnut.
She's a walnut girl.
But I love me my pecan pie.
She loves her pecan pie.
Yeah.
But she loves putting walnuts on top of the ice cream and the chocolate sauce. I just want the ice cream and the chocolate sauce. That's all I need. I have that after a hot tub. We'll have dinner and we'll rest a little while. Then I'll change into my trunks, head out to the pool, head out to the spa, get into that hot water spa with the bubbles and stay in there for like an hour between pool dips and back in. Then I'll come into the house and I'll have been drinking dry cola to keep hydrated. Then have a shower, change into the sweats, and then head for the freezer. Grab that old Costco ice cream with that chocolate sauce and sit down and watch a little bit of TV while you're enjoying a little treat. And then about a half an hour after that, if that, bedtime. It's time to go to sleep, baby. We're out of here. Couch potato Bruce. Free thinker of that dude at the door at Costco says, welcome to Costco. We love you. Auntie Rocket Lab, what the hell? Pecan. Oh, pecan. Pie. Very good. I love the pie. We're at 1684 on SoFi. We need a little run. It wouldn't take much to break through this, but right now it's kind of, it's doing what it's doing and it ain't doing great. Lisa is here as a member. How are you, Lisa? Thank you for joining us. Another female has joined us. We have a lot of gals here who joined this channel. She's become the latest new member of this channel, and we're so glad you did. I'm not sure if she's renewed her old membership or this is a brand new first timer, but I'm glad she's here. This is good stuff. Welcome. Wow, free thinker. We all get there. We all get here at Tesco is, oh, great. You again? Couldn't you have just stayed at home? I love this country. Nice. That's all sounds so lovely. Welcome, Lisa. Welcome, Lisa, from Zach, Free Thinker, Shaky Frywad, and Anti-PC. The gang is immediately welcome the new member, and that always happens here, and we love it that you join us. Please do consider becoming a member of this channel if you're a casual observer, and tell us your favorite Costco stuff. I just love going to the Costco's in California because you can go in there and you can buy booze. You can buy the booze and the beer and the wine all inside the store without having to run around anywhere else. There's the bakery and then the fresh meats and all the pre-made stuff. Oh gosh.
Oh, the other difference of Canadian Costco's that we noticed the other day, hockey sticks.
We have hockey sticks and we sell Cheese Whiz. Canadian Cheese Whiz at Canadian Costco's.
Yeah. Hacky.
Can't buy Canadian Cheese Whiz at a U.S. Costco. Zach, GameStop making a nice move. 183 up 453 a share. Mr. T, Lisa clearly stopped by for the stock tips and stayed for the Mr. T jokes. That's why she's here. Aurora, welcome, Lisa. A Hungry Grizzly, welcome the Bagel Zone without bagels today. Yeah, pumpkin pie instead for Bruce and his root canal that he had. His second root canal in 2 weeks. His last root canal for a long time. I'm not doing that anymore. Oh my gosh. I don't want to do any more of those. Please no. 182.87 on GameStop. Up 427. Go, GameStop, go. AMC is up 98 cents. A little bit better, not a ton. IBM up $2, 139.47. Go, IBM, please go. Yes. HE double hockey sticks. Gotta run. Literally, says Sharon, I'm going to be out with a friend this afternoon, so I'll likely be catching up tomorrow. You have a good one. Sharon, you take care too. Good to see you. We'll catch you next show, and we'll see you Friday for trivia at 7 o'clock. Rob, 183 wall today on GameStop. That's what he's thinking. 183.06 right there. Mediocre. I pity the fool that don't listen to Bruce. There you go. Pity the fool. I pity the fool. My favorite part of Costco was going at lunchtime for all those free samples. Did they do that in Canada? Oh, yeah, they do that in Canada. Free samples all the time.
Not like they used to. With
COVID, it's a little different. But yeah,
you can feed the family. That's why
that's why they take their kids. I hate it. Cam, Uncle Bruce, just did the buying calls course. My broker is listing calls for ATIP November 2021. Last 20 cents. Strikes $5. Break even 525. Some sort of deal for February 22. Looking at my first call option. I would be looking at buying nothing shorter than February calls. And if you can buy the 250s, that's where you want to go. So February's or April's or later, look at the 250 calls on ATIP. You want to get them in the money. Nancy, Lisa, welcome to Costco with Uncle Bruce. Lisa Ferguson, hi, I am renewing after a couple months off. I'm glad to be back. Thanks to the community peeps welcoming me back. I'm glad to have you here. We always have turnover of members. People travel a while. They hate me. They love me, but they don't love me enough. It's every reason, and I love when you come back. It's great, Dave. Uncle Bruce, are you taking tomorrow off? The new stat in Canada. Are you taking tomorrow off? No, not till tomorrow. I won't be on the air next week, though, on Tuesday. We're not going to be on the air next Tuesday. So something big's going on next week. Next week, Tuesday. We can't tell you about it, but something big's happening next week, Tuesday. Won't be on the air. Erico, Bruce, lots of TV analysts have been recommending bank stocks for stability over the past few months. Do you think building A bigger position in Goldman Sachs is the way to holding more than just one security or for diversity. Well, it depends how much money you have to invest, but Goldman Sachs, in my opinion, is a win-winner, win-win chicken dinner winner. Pick this stuff up if you can via the options trades, and I think you can do really well. But you got to buy options for next summer. You got to go way out there. So I insist. I prefer you buy in the monies. AB, Canadian Cheese Whiz, and an export controlled substance. Bilbos, man, my wife and I used to make an afternoon of free samples at multiple stores, laugh out loud, then beer, wine, liquor sampling at liquor stores. Oh, good times. Zach, you know the rules. If it has a toothpick in it, it's free. Lisa, I was one of the people to pay $25 for a business shout out. It was great. I got a wholesale customer from it. Love the Uncle B. Fantastic.
That's great.
That's good news. That's good to hear. Brissy, did you hear what the dentist of the year got last year? For all his hard work and after having all those open mouth, confusing conversations with his parents, all he got was a little plaque. Good for you, Lisa, says Mr. T. All that family brothel business saw after our $25 shout out back in February was a downturn in clients and an eventual police shutdown. Go figure. It just didn't work for us. Free thinker, youngers, now that you're homeless, it's important to learn street level life hacks. You know, there's a free sample table. You bring disguises. I see. You got the mustache and the glasses. Yeah. Hi, Lisa from Island Girl. That's how you survive in this the homeless world. Then you grab someone else's kid and you tell them, go pick up 2 of those, bring them back to daddy. Yes, there's ways. There's ways to do it. Absolutely. You wait till the sampler changes out. They have someone else doing it, and you go back. Yeah. Then you tell them, oh, I need one for my wife. She's over there. You grab 3. Yeah. Uncle B, hopefully a toothpick doesn't get stuck in the tire of my car. Zach, Mr. T, those are bad. Oh, those are bad. What are you going to do? What can we say? The Dow up 210 points. Looking good. We're up 210. It's a high of the day. S&P up 27. NASDAQ up 93 now, 92, 93. Oil's showing a gain again, 27 cents. Go figure. But the Dow is at its high for the day. Still, we were down 500 last night, so we got a ways to go. But it's possible we could get it all back in one day. It has been done. I've seen it done. SOFI 1673. It's a frustrating day today on SOFI. Would sure like to see it just go straight up. 183.06 on GameStop, up 446. We're down 29 cents on Matterport. We're up a penny on ME. We got a 9-cent gain on ATIP. We got IBM at 139.81, up 234. We're coming in for a new high on IBM and going for 140 now. We're going for 140 a share. 139.81. We're going for 140. It just looks like it's going to happen. It just does. It just looks good. The IBM looks very, very promising. There you have it. Other than that, not a lot going on. That's it. The Microsoft up 142, Apple up $2, Tesla up 13. Royal Caribbean gone positive, up 59 cents. That's where we're at right now. That's the story. Just stand in the sample counter and assert dominance by staring at the clerk and just eating as much as you like. Stare them down. Just that'll do it. I'm sure that they won't have any nightmares. Oh, they'll be fine. These new immigrants to the United States and Canada, no problem at all. And I just love us local folk. They're going to love us. Mr. T, Rob, that's actually how I met my third wife. At the sample desk, she was a sampler. Did you take a sample of the sampler and then ended up marrying the sampler? Is that what you did? You then took it home. You sampled the sampler, and then you took the sampler home for keeps. That's what happened. Am I reading this right? Did you use a toothpick? I don't know. I don't know if I want to hear that answer. I'm not sure. Oh my. Needless to say, I was the clerk. So she took the sampler. She went for the sampler. I see what's going on now. Yeah, okay. Now I see what's going on. She used the toothpick. Yes. Maybe that's too much detail. Maybe we don't want to go there. I don't know.
All of the miners are out today.
Yes, yes, we had in Sudbury, Ontario, where I was born. Um, Sudbury, Ontario has a number of mines in that region, including the world's largest, one of the largest nickel mines. And I guess 35 of them,
39.
39 miners were at various levels underground on the weekend. I think on like Friday night, when the main elevator in the main elevator shaft malfunctioned, and they had whatever the problem was, something detached or got stuck, unusable, and they were figuring out how many guys are down there, 39,
And
and
gals.
and gals. So I think there was at least one woman anyway, and they needed to figure out a way to get them out. Well, the good news in Canada and the United States, but certainly in Canada and at this mine, they have very high safety standards, and there were multiple ways for miners to get out from this mine, even though the main shaft with its elevator was out of commission.
Yeah.
And what they did was they instituted the emergency response system, so that all the miners instantly were made aware of the fact that the main shaft is out of commission, and that they're going to have to assemble at muster stations, emergency stations, which is what they did. Now there were several layers of mine shafts that were affected. The 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 shallowest was about maybe a kilometer down, and the deepest was 1.5 to 2 kilometers down, like over a mile. And they had to figure out ways to get them out. Well, what they were able to do was they were able to direct the miners to a series of escape shafts that they built into this mine, where there isn't an elevator, but there is a ladder system built in.
With
And
stations, stopping stations.
with stopping stations every so many
Yeah.
100 feet, full of medication, emergency supplies, water, food, communication equipment, batteries, everything, more helmets, lights, everything. And so the miners were told, okay, you guys on level 5, head over to this area, start climbing up there. You'll get up to level 4. Level 4, you guys head over here, start climbing. You'll head up to level 3, and so on and so on. And it took 4 days, but they're all out, safely out. Nobody injured. Nobody killed. No explosion in the mine or anything like that.
Yeah,
Was it fully
It wasn't
ventilated?
cave-in.
Wasn't a cave in. It was just a mechanical problem with the main shaft, which they're now working on to repair. Congratulations, all 39 trapped miners in the Vale mine. They have been rescued. That's a good news story. It's a kind of story that is making the news here in Canada for a while, but probably no one internationally knows or would care about,
Yeah.
because nobody died. We only want to hear about tragedy, you know. Anyway, there you go. Rob is saying that the gal would come to him for samples, and she'd say, "Do you come with these cheese bites? Yeah. Do you come with this? Yeah, that's how it works." She said she was an acupuncturist, says Mr. T. Several trips to the hospital later, I started to doubt her credentials. Austin, this past weekend, I went on my buddy's 3rd bachelor party. He said this one will stick.
For sure.
He's a fun guy, though. Nancy, GameStop was over $4. Let's go. GameStop $3.89. Come on, $182.49. Come on. AB, did you hear about the constipated mathematician? He worked it out with a pencil. My dad told me this one, and he laughed too much. Yes, direct quote. He laughed too much. Mr. T. Oh, Rob, I hope he doesn't read that aloud. Too late. AB, the additional talk from Bruce about a shaft being out of commission ain't helping my giggles either, you know. Nathan Wilson, minor. Oh no, minor. We're laughing. Sparky, say that again, slower this time. I'm almost there. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it for you. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not a minor either way. Island girl, you were born in Sudbury. You poor man. Sudbury, Creston, Sudbury. Moon, rock, trees. Moon, rock, trees. I pick Creston. Here's the good news. If there's good news, I was born in Sudbury, but by the time I was 1 year of age, we had moved away. So my father was no longer a minor after 1 year of my lifetime. By the time I was 1 year of age, he had joined the Canadian Army, and now he had to be based in Borden, Ontario, which meant living in Barrie, Ontario. Not a lot sexier, but that's where my sister was born a few years later. And then from that region, we moved to Germany when my father found out that his unit was being transferred to Germany for 3 years, a NATO assignment. And my father was in the marching band. He was in the Army marching band, musician. And the whole band got transferred over and played all over Europe at all kinds of opening, closing ceremonies and D-Day commemorance deals and all this sort of stuff. Yeah, he did a lot of that work in Germany for 3 years. We were over there from 59 to 62 is when we were over there. So I was about 3-4 years old until I was about 6 or so, and we came back. Should I buy more Spire calls or should I buy even more Spire calls? These are solid, good questions. So you might have to buy even more. YouTube is going to remove all videos saying the approved vaccines are unsafe. The Wall Street Journal says that. They have a fancy algorithm to enforce that, or thousands of paid people individually flagging videos, one or the other. The Credit Savage, hello, Ms. Costco worker. Your samples are looking yummy. Can I taste your samples? Giggity. That's the pickup line of all time. Rob, isn't it true that I'm Sudbury? The giant nickel is at the top of the hill, and right down the hill is the hospital. So if it rolled down, it would crash right into it. Isn't that true? I know there's the big nickel. They have this giant thing that's a big nickel. But I don't think it's made of nickel. I think it's fake because if it were made of nickel, it would be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. I think it's fake. So I don't think it would survive the roll down the hill because it would break apart into a million pieces and not reach the hospital. That's just my guess, Rob. I could be wrong. AB, it's weird. Facebook, YouTube, etc. claim they have algorithms to flag videos. It's mostly a lie. They hire click farms to manually do it. You ever see some of those places? The Facebook guys have PTSD. Pete, they probably would have banned videos about thalidomide too. Think about that for a sec. Nice. Oh, I thought this was Sam's Club. There you go. Auntie, shame on them. Uncle B, shame on them. How are we doing? We're getting closer to the end of this show here. It's kind of slow. We're up 222 on the Dow. We're up 28 on S&P. We're up 91 on NASDAQ. We're down 36 cents on SOFI to 1668. 1506 on Rocket Lab, down 50 cents. GameStop up 395, 182.56. Matterport up down 35 cents to 19.35. We were at $20 this morning. We got ME down 4 cents. We got Smart Rent down a nickel. We got Spire down 56. ATIP holding a 10-cent gain to 385. Sextera down 11 cents to 920. IBM 139.74, 6 cents away from the high of the day. Hanging right in there. The Dow up 217. So, there's the right ingredients for a good run, but we're not getting a good run on most of our stocks today. It's kind of quiet. That's where I see it right now. There's a documentary, AB says, about the Facebook temps having to flag all kinds of criminal videos or acts of abuse or violence. They get metered by the second every time they're not reviewing grotesque content. Ew, what a yucky job. The Tesla screen is bigger than the iPad, right? Depending on the model. I know if you get the S sedan, I think it is bigger than the iPad. I think it is. Just my guess. There you go. Folks, I think I'm going to call it a show. I'm going to get some rest right now and try to rest my jaw and my tooth, let it settle down a little bit, and then go down for a bite to eat. See if I can rest, and I'll be up this afternoon at 3 o'clock for the second show. Before I go back to the dentist this afternoon for scaling and cleaning. Oh, that'll be fun. Can't wait till he tries to scale and clean this thing. Oh, I don't know about that. We'll see how it works out. But in the meantime, thank you all for following me this morning during my troubled pains. It's nice to have you here. Let's hope that in the next few hours before I come back, we get a bit of a bump again and we'll recover this market a little bit. Right now, GameStop's in the green, but not much else. Mr. T says Bruce here is $4.49 in pounds. Back to work for me, Brucey. Thanks as always for putting up with my flurry of silly comments. Hope you and Jen are enjoying hotel living, top secret location, Mr. T. But we're off the air next Tuesday. Big development next Tuesday. We're not going to tell you what it is, though. It's a surprise. Free Thinker, thanks for the show, Uncle Bruce. Have a great break. We'll see you all later. Pete, 720,000 hours of video upload at YouTube every day. They couldn't point out people for that. Wow. Shaky, have a good one at the dentist, Uncle B. Rob, see you later, Brucey. We'll see you at 3 this afternoon. Enjoy your nap, Bruce. Get some goofy gas. Take that edge off. T. P.S. Enjoy the dentist, and don't forget to ask to see his little plaque. AB, Pete, they only need to see a few seconds to flag the whole thing, apparently. AB, audio, text, easy to script. Video's harder. Nice. Enjoy the pumpkin pie. Bye. Bleeding gums in the afternoon. Yikes. Later, Uncle B. Later, Uncle B is right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the support. Thank you for all your kind words. Thank you for joining as members. We'll see you at 3 o'clock this afternoon for the final hour of trading and see what's going on here. Got to get a rest. All right, see you soon, guys. Bye for now.